This is Fireman Ed, and you're listening to Jets Commute, Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. Jet fans, let's rock MetLife Stadium this year. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. Go Jets! This is Fireman Ed, and you're listening to Jets Commute, Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. Jet fans, let's rock MetLife Stadium this year. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. Go Jets!
All right, who's up first?
Petey, you might be shocked, but I'm actually not too bad. That was embarrassing, truly. It really was. But at the end of the day, it was an NFC loss. The thing that I am worried about is that it was the run defense. Run defense is more about pride and just manning up and manning your gaps and everything like that. So I am a little worried about that. But it was just one loss. We didn't lose anybody to injury, and we got a favorable schedule come up. So just gotta take it. We're gonna take our lumps today. That we are. So just
All
gotta
right.
ride with it. All right.
I'll 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 save my little whatever speech or whatever for a little bit. Good morning, June.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, listen, if you're in the listener section, it's Jet fans for now, okay? So we lost. We'll deal with it amongst ourselves for the most part. T, you're good. Maddie or Joe, go ahead.
Hey, Petey. Good morning, man. Hope you're doing well.
I'm slamming the phone like Robert De Niro.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Just a few things, right? Positive and negative. I really didn't understand Quinn and Williams playing edge last night a couple of times. The runs on first and second down were the play calling on first and second for those runs were atrocious. I really didn't understand no targets to Conklin. I understand Mike Williams was his first game back, but what did he play? 4 plays, 5 plays. I thought that they got obviously physically manhandled on the line. I still, like I told you guys before with the narratives about, oh, we need Reddick. We do need Reddick, but um, I don't necessarily know if he helps what happened last night in the run game. The third drive, offensive drive, was unlike anything I've seen in the last 5 years. That was vintage Rodgers, and I hope to see that a lot more this season. Like the
Correct,
first,
Joe.
like
Good
the
good
first,
point there. We got to
like the
look at some positive, Joe.
right,
There,
like the
yeah.
first gentleman said. Schedule, Titans, Patriots, Broncos. You gotta win these games now. This is you know uh, NFC opponent, and just kind of take it for what it is. I didn't think that we'd play as bad as we did yesterday, but again, these next 3 games, you get to 3-1, and all will be fine.
Yeah, but guys, listen, I understand. I know it's the Niners, and I'm staying calm right now because I did not sleep.
you should
Don't.
stay calm. I don't think y'all have nothing to really
Yeah.
worry
So
about. I
T, just
feel
let me
I
get
want.
T.
Can
Let
I
me
say
just
it
get this. So
unbiased?
yeah. Let me just get my
Go
point out
ahead.
real
Go
quick.
ahead.
I
Go
need
ahead.
10 seconds. Good morning, man. How you, man?
Good
Everything good,
morning,
man?
Mark
You know what
June.
I'm saying? What's up, man? I'm
T,
chilling
what's
like
good
Bob
with you,
Dylan.
brother?
But anyway, no, T. I'm gonna let you go. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't disappointed with how you played last night. Um, but whoever is laughing, you got to remember, I'm not a Jets fan, so I'm talking unbiasedly for real. Like truly, my heart not in it. Like, I'm talking just straight unbiased. I don't think you guys played bad last night. Considering you just played the team that lost the Super Bowl,
Thank you.
um, and they have the best linebacker in fucking football,
Thank you.
I think you did pretty fucking good. You kept your quarterback from getting hurt, so
Mm.
that's an accomplishment. Let's start with the positives. Last year the nigga didn't make it 2 series. This year he got to set up. He got to work your offense. You got to see what your offense was about. Your line didn't look too bad.
Yo, T, let me say a point to that. The thing I like the most is Rogers was faking the snap. He had plenty of time to call
He
out the
did. He
the
did.
defense. He
He
had
did.
plenty of time, and that to me was refreshing. We haven't
And
seen
you
that
went
in
against probably
years.
one of the better D lines in the NFC.
That's a fact.
So, like, that's probably going to be one of the best D lines you play all year.
Good point, T. Appreciate
So
you, man.
I think a lot of motherfuckers were hype. They saw that +4 yesterday on Pickett. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was just like, oh yeah, like I thought you were going to win too, but I'm not mad that you lost, but I'm not surprised that you lost knowing the team that you went against. Just because Christian McCaffrey didn't play, everybody else was the fuck healthy. What the fuck
Yep.
did you really expect?
AT, man, I'm glad you said that shit. You look at, when you break it down, they scored 2 touchdowns on us.
That's it.
That's it.
It's
6
not,
field goals,
and
2
Sauce didn't
touchdowns.
even play the whole game.
But
They
the
didn't
key
even
thing
score
is
while
what?
Sauce was did they? They did score while Sauce was out.
No, but the key thing is what did they do? They took all the time off of the clock.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
Correct.
I
had
mean, yeah.
I didn't think that would
I'm not
happen
gonna
again.
lie. I'm not gonna lie.
They got
To
out coached.
I don't know why Le'Shawn is laughing because they went against a better defense than you played
Thank you.
against. But
Thank you.
anyways, you
You guys
know,
almost
my
you
lost
guys
All
to
brother,
got
right,
my
guys,
brother.
flashes.
hold on, hold on. Let me get first of all, good morning to everybody. It's brutal. I named this name of the space embarrassing loss. It was embarrassing. Okay, I'm embarrassed today, but you know what? Football, you live another day. You bury the fucking ball like the Jets did years ago. I know it's not New England. Move on. I'm not guaranteeing no victory anymore. There's no guarantee in the NFL that you're going to win. Okay? None. That's why, when people say, oh, Pete, how could you pick them to lose? Because it's still the Jets, in my opinion, in some way. I am not going on a speech yet. I want to hear from Anthony and Terrence.
Yeah, good morning, guys. What's
But
up?
Anthony,
Morning, bro.
What up? What up? I mean, this morning, listen, I think that last night came down to the coaching. To be honest, I think that was the biggest difference. I mean, everybody. I think everybody. I feel like that's what's going to hold us back this year against the more competitive teams. I mean, that's just the facts. I mean, we talked about it all off season, the coaching. But I mean, listen, the defense is going to figure itself out. That's not our biggest issue. I mean, it was a bad game by the defense, yes. But I mean, listen, we had a good defense for what 3 years straight. It's not just going to go away all of a sudden out of nowhere. So I mean, I'm not really worried if it's going to be figured out. I mean, we should be more focused on that. We actually have an offense now. I mean, every time that they touched the ball, they were moving the ball down the field. They just didn't have the time of possession. That was the biggest factor of the game. So, I mean, going forward, I mean, there were some positives, but I think the biggest negative is the coaching at this point. But I mean, hopefully they figure it out. So, I mean, I'm not
well,
worried
wait,
about it. I know we're gonna
let
go.
me comment on real
Yeah,
quick on. I was happy, and people can say whatever. I was happy with the pass protection on the offensive line. I was not happy with the
yeah.
run.
There was
The
no.
run, the run blocking was not good last night. But I will give
Yeah, they got
yeah,
blown.
yeah.
They got blown off the ball. I mean, listen, like I said, that we're not going to face another team like that going forward. So, I mean, I'm not saying the games are going to be easy, but we should be more competitive. And like I said, with the with the time of possession, that was the biggest factor. Every time we touched the ball, we were moving the ball down the field. Other than a few
We had a
hiccups.
couple of 3-and-outs, man. To be fair,
Yeah, well, that was the hiccups because I
PG,
mean, Lazard
PG,
dropped the
PG.
ball.
Do you know how many Pro Bowlers you went against last night?
Yeah, exactly.
5.
So
Thank you. So why the fuck are you so in the dumps?
Yeah,
Like
for
you
real,
didn't
man.
just go against
For
5
real.
Pro Bowlers
For
last
real.
night.
For real.
Like, bro,
Yeah,
I didn't even go against 5 Pro Bowlers opening night. I went against 2. I went
Real
against
quick.
2.
Real quick. How many Pro Bowlers does Arizona have?
Mm,
Okay. Continue.
mm,
Next
mm,
hand.
mm, mm. Hey, Leisha, he
I do.
asked me the question, man.
Yo, all right. Let
Hey,
me
you can't even give. I didn't know I got
I
set
don't
up
want to
like that. I
yell.
ain't
I'm
even
a
know.
Jet fan.
I ain't
I don't
even
want to
try to do you
yell.
like that, bro.
T, good fucking morning. What's up? Do you hear me?
Oh, good morning. Good
Yo,
morning.
do you hear me? I was in the Cliffwood yesterday. You heard me?
Really? You,
Yeah.
you was in the
Visited.
hood? You didn't even call
Yeah.
me when you go by my
Yeah.
granny house and shit?
Yo, you know what I mean? So I need to get the Jet fans. All right. No disrespect, T. I got to get people up here. I'm not rotating you yet. Terrence and then Garrett.
Yeah, thanks. So to me also regarding the coaching, uh, this coaching staff didn't get this team ready to play week one. You could see it. Brees Hall didn't have, he'll be better in week 5 and 6. But basically, when it's 3rd and 2 and he can't get a first down, there was no push. Basically, that's a thing that he has to overcome. Like when it's short yardage, like he can't get it done sometimes. Garrett, like little silly mistakes, like Garrett Wilson not being able to get both feet in bounds, like in the fourth quarter, like things like that. And I'm sure Aaron Rodgers, who to me basically came to play, like he was probably rusty. I think they'll be better because of that. But yes, this coaching staff didn't get this team ready to play. Also, once again, another playoff team that this defense couldn't stop. I don't know who this kid Mason was, but he just ran right through us. And kudos to him. He came through this the hard way from the for undrafted practice squad, got 100-yard game. Give him credit. And but to me, the team wasn't ready to play. But the positives to me is that you could see that one drive in the first half that this offense can click when it's in sync, and I just think it's a matter of time. But to me, they weren't ready to play this game. We played a superior opponent, and frankly, probably the best team that we're going to play all year. So that's the positive to me. We're not ready to play the big boys yet, but maybe by week 8 or 9, when we do get those opportunities, this team will be better. And that's what I'm hoping for. And I hope this coaching staff gets this
Yeah,
team ready to play. And that's it. Thanks.
Terrence. The problem I didn't want to interrupt you. Good points. Thank you. What I wanted to say is before that Garrett Wilson catch or whatever, fucking Brees Hall, they should have challenged the spot on that ball. It was a first down. Why didn't they challenge
Yeah,
it?
I saw it too. I don't
I
know. I
mean,
guess they felt it was a first down play.
no,
So I
I
guess
get
they
it,
felt like,
right? But
I guess
yeah,
they wanted to keep the momentum going.
I
I
just
don't
don't
know.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like they clearly replayed it a few times, like
But that's
like
just like the Jets. No matter whether it's Rodgers or Zach Wilson, how many times has it been 3rd and 2 and 2 plays in a row we go for it on 4th down and we come up empty?
yep,
And that's so whether it's Hackett, LaFleur, or whatever, something. But again, with Rodgers there, I think as time goes on, but also who else? Who else? And I'll leave with this because Garrett needs to speak. Who else are we using in this offense besides Brees?
that's another thing, Terrence. I
But
wanted
anyway,
to
that's
say.
it. Yeah, everybody
Or
else can talk. Thanks, man.
Terrence, the fact that I've said this, Mark, you can contest to this in June and whoever. I don't care about being right because I could give two craps about that. What concerned me was Hackett with the personnel. They did not target Xavier Gibson, Conklin. Mike Williams played 4 plays. And I understand Rodgers was checking out of everything and he did a great job. But you got to get other people involved. That really bothered me. Garrett, go ahead.
Hey, Petey, June, Mark, good morning.
Good morning,
I,
brother. Good morning.
I feel like
Great,
I've calmed down. It's a little
great jet
fresh,
space, right, Garrett?
a great Jets space today. Absolutely. It's nice to hear from Jets fans. I was irritated last night, but I've like slept on it. First game, and I'm not coping. We lost. They kicked our butts, but it is week 1. There is some good. The biggest problem I have, though, is the coaching staff. Surprise, surprise. And playing people out of position again. Why is Quentin Williams playing defensive end? Why are they doing this?
But to be fair, Garrett, on that play, he almost sacked him, and Purdy threw. He
But
rushed it, but that
yeah,
was
but
creative. I'll give him that. They
I,
can't
I
play
don't like that.
McDonald, right? They can't
But
play McDonald
but
there
here's the
and
problem
next
I
to him. Go
have.
ahead.
Here's
Go
the
ahead.
here's the problem I have. You have Hassan Reddick sitting there. He's on your
Yep.
team. Pay the
Yes.
guy. Pay him.
Yes.
This is an all-in year.
Yes.
What are we doing? Are we
Yes.
pinching pennies? You don't want to give him a long-term deal? Eat the money later on. Who cares? This is it. Joe Douglas and Saleh, this is their job. This is their reputation.
Yes.
Why aren't you bringing him in? He's there. You could play Quinn at D tackle and have a pass rush. It just doesn't make sense.
If Hassan is just signed by this week, I believe it's more personal than business at this point
All
because
right.
you do what's
Sorry,
best
dude.
for the organization.
Yeah, I mean, Purdy was having lunch back there,
Yeah, he
man. I
didn't
mean,
get
he was just
touched.
sitting in the pocket.
Anthony, good point. He
No,
didn't get touched.
yeah.
Jermaine Johnson was invisible last night. Listen, the Jets had everybody's going to
And they
have a
had,
bad
you know what
game.
the worst part was? You know what the worst part was? That actually pissed me off. They had McDonald in on rundowns, and he was getting blown off the
Yes, he
ball by
Wait,
was.
Trent
wait, wait.
Williams.
Yeah,
Yes, he
Anthony,
was.
this is what pissed me off too. The left, whatever side it was, when they had Solomon Thomas and Clemens in there, that's when San Francisco really ran the ball. I mean, they did it all game, but that drive, they just gashed it down that side. They were blown off the ball. It's
And
not even
Petey, real quick,
funny.
before you go to the before you go to the hands, just real quick, one more point. I mean, why didn't Braylon Allen get any carries? I mean, you know what I'm saying? In the significant part of the game. I mean, no other running back took any other reps.
I
They only ran 38 plays before Aaron Rodgers was taken out of the game. Like, where's he going to get the reps?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's true.
I
Where's
gotta
he going to
say
get the
honestly,
reps? I mean,
yeah, I
the
guess
oh,
that's
same
true. I guess
people,
that's
Anthony,
true.
I
and this
gotta.
isn't towards you, Anthony. This is just a general thing. The
No,
same
that's true,
people.
Dom. That's true.
No, and I'm going to say something, not towards you, but the same people that are crying that Braylon Allen didn't get any reps are the same people that were crying in April. Why are we drafting a running back when we have Brees Hall? He
Correct,
can
Dom.
stay on the field all day long. It's like this is the toxic shit of Jets fans that I can't take.
Oh,
It's like,
Dom, can I
you
just
know,
make one point to you?
Petey,
The
go ahead,
toxic
I'll
Pete.
shit.
come
Wait,
back
wait, wait,
up in a
wait, Ant,
second.
before I forget.
I gotta drop for a
Dom,
second.
there were fans yesterday that are saying Brees Hall's going to be the MVP of the Super Bowl, and the same fans are now tweeting to fire Salah after one game.
Well, he should have
It's
been fired. So
Listen,
you
Salah,
can
Salah,
understand that sentiment.
yeah, Salah's a big part of the problem. There's no denying that. But listen, take it for what it is. We got a dose of medicine. All right. Maybe the Jets, aren't as great as we all, as everyone claimed that they were. Maybe that they're a good team that has to learn how to be great yet still. You played a very good team that was light-handed. You would hope that there was a little bit more oomph. I think the offense is going to be fine. They're going to work out the kinks, but man, they just could. They didn't have a chance to get into a flow. You guys
Yeah, they couldn't
understand
get
that it was
off the
more.
field, Dom. They couldn't get off the field, the defense
I know,
either.
I
Go ahead.
know, I know they couldn't. All right, uh, they lost the ball. They lost the time of possession over 2-1. It's impossible to drum up anything. Listen, they're going to work out their kinks. The defense looked lost, and I think this is the point to me that's very, very important, is that I think that elite defense moniker needs to kind of be put to bay, and you could say we have elite pass defense, right? We don't know what we don't know what the pass rush is yet. I know everyone's crying about we didn't. You go count how many times that Brock Purdy. If you guys watch the games back, count how many times Brock Purdy had more than a 3-step drop.
Probably
Not much.
about out of 20. Yeah, but he had all the
Not much.
time in the world, Dom.
No,
But
not much.
listen,
Not much.
but right, but listen,
Oh my God, come on,
whoever
Pete.
disses Purdy, Dom, sorry, Dom. You're talking for like 5 minutes.
All right, I'm
What do you
good.
want me to do? Don't get
No,
Good
mad.
morning.
no,
Just
no,
Good
say
no.
it.
Well,
morning.
I was trying to say
Go
something and
ahead.
you cut me off, but that's okay. I'm good, Pete.
No, no, go
I'm good.
ahead. Dom, what I'm saying is the fact that we had fans yesterday about Purdy, that guy is fucking good, man. He dissected us. He dissected the Jets yesterday. There was absolutely no rush, Dom. What are we going to do? Like, what? I think it was smart to put Quinn Williams out there for one play at end. They got pressure. Oh, you left.
Good
Fine.
morning. Good morning.
Damn,
How's
man.
everybody doing?
I don't get people, man.
Hey, look, man, it's overreaction Tuesday. Don't even worry about it. Chris, what's going on, brother? Good morning, my man.
Good morning. I'll try to be real brief. First of
We'll
all, good
get you up
morning to
here, other
everybody.
fans. Sorry, Chris. I got to
Petey,
get other people up. Sorry, go ahead.
Listen up, you next. Go ahead.
Petey, June,
Yes,
Mark,
sir.
Good morning to everybody. Joe, listen up, Hammy, Maddie, Reggie, Ground. Uh,
Just say the whole
Chill,
space, brother,
chill.
please.
First off, now that you're back from Fantasy Island, we could get real, right?
Go ahead,
Hold up,
brother.
hold up, hold up, hold up. First and foremost, and you guys will go into in a lot more depth. You got violated, straight up and down. You got violated in the trenches. You got violated. Okay. Um, you went up against a team that does what you want to do better than you do. Granted, first game out, but again, you had to know that San Francisco is no slouch, man. I mean, it's not like, and again, it's like, yeah, I mean, me personally, this is the way I look at it. Y'all got to start giving y'all opponents a hell of a lot more respect before you go into a game. Yeah, we always, we'll talk about things that you could take advantage of, but you also got to look at positions where you can be attacked. They got attacked up front. That run defense,
Yep.
porous. That time of possession, that was, I wish Dom hadn't left. Yo, he was right on. Yo, my man, and I know I texted people this. Yo, Jordan Mason, he was living his life last night in the run game. And exactly what you would have liked to have done to San Francisco, they did that to you. One quick, and this is the obvious, man. That offense was looking a little unimaginative. Now, next to Kyle Shanahan's, that's definitely going to happen. Yeah, but it really looked like it lacked some imagination. I'm gonna go on mute. Yeah, chill, because for real, you're gonna have to turn the page, and Tennessee ain't no gimme. And don't look at it that way. Not after putting forth that performance last night. There are no gimmies this year for you. There's nobody you should take.
That's what I said this morning,
There's not
Chris.
one team
I
on
mean,
that
earlier.
schedule, okay, that you should take. Hey
Yep.
y'all, enjoy the space. I'm gonna drop down. I know you got to cycle out, so I'm gonna go on mute, drop down. Go at it, man. But they deserve it. They deserve it. They need to be better. Thanks, y'all.
Yep. And guys, I will get everybody up here. Just hang in there. I'm letting Jet fans go first. Go ahead. Who's next?
Listen up
I
was next. But I mean, if you want to go to Jet fans
Yeah.
first, you go to Ground.
Let listen up. Let listen up go, and then he's been in here, and then we'll cycle him out.
And then Ground and
So
Reggie. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for letting me speak. PD, June, Mark, great space as usual. My message, I mean, Chris said a lot of what I was going to say. You played a top three team in the NFL. And now, as Jets fans and as Robert Sala, Hackett, the coaching staff, they understand how far they need to go to contend on the level they want to contend to. Me personally, I don't understand why people are freaking out. You were in San Francisco. Like it was always a long shot that you were going to come in there on opening day without playing in the preseason and win that game.
correct.
Now Salah is going to have to make some adjustments on defense. He's going to have to break away from some defensive tendencies to help that run defense. We'll see your offense grow and change as the year goes by because Aaron Rodgers just came back, so people are getting acclimated to playing with Aaron Rodgers and understanding the scheme with Aaron Rodgers. So people need, I mean, y'all need to relax, man. Like Chris said, y'all got to give the upper echelon teams credit that these are good teams. San Francisco is a great team. Um, if this happens against Tennessee, if this happens against a lesser team, cool, freak out. But understand this is a marathon. It's a marathon. You don't want to fire the coach after you just played a top 3 team in the NFL
No, I
at
want to fire
home.
the coach. I've wanted to fire the coach, and I
That's
hit.
ridiculous.
It's
That's
not though,
ridiculous.
because it's the same issues that are going on. I understand they're not going to do it, but our expectation is higher than that, than to just be like, well, we were playing a good team. No,
What
they should have.
expectation do
They
you
should have
have? You
come
haven't
out.
won anything.
Excuse me. They should
You
have
have
come
no
out playing. Yes,
history.
but this is
You
an all
interrupted
in.
me. You
This is an
interrupted
all.
me,
No, I
sir.
waited till you
You
paused.
interrupted me.
Okay.
No, no, let me
Wonderful.
Guys,
finish.
Thank
just
you,
folks,
Kansas
Let
City
me
fan.
finish.
I thought we were having a
Garrett,
conversation here. Are we not? Or are we getting preached to?
yes, but Garrett, did you expect them to win
I
yesterday?
expected it to be competitive, not
I'm
32,
asking
not
you, did you
32 to
expect them?
13
All
at
right,
one point.
did you expect them to win? Because most Jeff fans, and I'm not throwing this up, picked them to win,
Petey,
and I did not. I haven't felt good about this game since the
but Petey,
schedule came
what
out.
did we say though? We wanted it to be competitive. It wasn't even competitive. They
Okay,
had the ball.
it was
They
competitive for the first drive. They were up 7-3, and then from there we got killed.
correct, and I wanted it to be closer than that. I think a
But
lot of people
why?
did.
Okay,
But
What made you
why?
think
Because
it
I
would be
want to.
close?
Because
What has your
are you
team
gonna?
done for it to
You're
be
asking
close?
questions. You gonna let me
You're
answer?
playing the team that
Preach,
lost in the
preach
Super
it.
Bowl.
All right,
So what
just
are you
preach to
all right.
talking
So let
everybody.
him
about?
answer that. Let
No,
him
let him
answer
preach
it.
to
Listen up. Go
everybody.
ahead,
Tell us
Garrett.
how the Chiefs are the
Garrett,
best and how
let
we should
him
be
go
looking at
ahead.
everything.
This
He
always
just
goes back to
asked
the
you a
Chiefs with these guys.
question.
Jesus,
Go
like,
ahead. Answer the question.
Answer the
Just answer the
question.
question. Go
why
ahead.
do I expect them to be competitive? Because it's an all-in year with Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry that I think the expectation should be a little bit higher for this coaching staff going into year 4. Why do I think they should be competitive in week 1? Because they've had all offseason to plan for this. It's such a ridiculous thing to just be like, okay, yeah, well, we got
What have
blown
you
out. It's
seen
the
to
Super
prove
Bowl
it? What have you
contenders.
seen? What have you seen to prove that?
They,
They have to put it
what
on
have
the
I
field.
seen? They have Aaron
Your
Rodgers as
team
their
has not
quarterback. They
done
pay
nothing
Quentin
on the
Williams. They have
field
Sauce
to
Gardner.
say that you
They
can
have a
play with the
defense.
49ers.
This is so casual that,
It's
oh,
not
yeah,
casual.
it's okay. You
What
played
have
the
the
Super
Jets
Bowl team,
done to
so you
say
can.
All right, guys. Enough. Okay. Respectfully, this is going to go back and forth. Garrett's not going to agree with you. Listen up. You're not going to agree with him. Listen, that's why, a lot of the fan base killed me. Oh, Petey, have some guts and, say they're going to win the division. No, I'm not there yet. I'm not. I'm not.
Pete, can I say something?
Not with Nate. Not with Nate Hackett here. Go ahead,
I just want to say something in the
Mark.
temporal reset. So we all know the bad, but the worst part of it is uh, the run defense and in the interior. Like, shout out to San Francisco for having excellent run fits. I mean, I saw incredible holes. I saw D-line stunts where they were getting completely washed out of the play. Like, I don't even know who the back is for San Fran. I'm not entirely sure it mattered. And if you know your football and your history, like, this system has made no names look spectacular. Like, they did a really nice job of running the ball. I don't hang the loss on Rodgers. Look, Rodgers lasted the whole game, and the only two bright spots really were he had what, a 12-play, 7-minute drive for a touchdown, which is a glimpse. Again, the defense was supposed to carry the team through the first couple weeks of the season. That the offense actually showed signs of life like that against a top defense is nice. And then the other part being the free play leading to 7 points. Like, he's going to get you that
Yep.
every game. Just like Tyreek Hill's worth a free touchdown when he's on the field, Aaron Rodgers is going to get folks to jump offside and get like 100 yards and maybe a score off a free play. He's just going to do that every game.
Mark.
So, but the run defense, and listen, here's the thing, Pete. Everyone is screaming for Salah's head, and no one is talking about Jeff Ulbrich. Not in tweets, not in chat, because people said, oh, Ulbrich's incredible. Head coaching candidate. He's spectacular. Where the fuck is Jeff Ulbrich's run defense? Can we please talk about real football
Mark.
instead of pre-calculated fucking
Yes.
bullshit narratives and expecting shit to fit? Jeff Ulbrich called a shitty defensive run-stopping game, and they ran all over the Jets. That's what I saw last night. Good, Pete.
And Mark, no, I knew this was going to happen. I told you if the Jets lose, people are going to want heads to roll. It's week 1,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Let's see what they do,
Week
okay?
one.
I'm resetting the room. Guys, I'm getting comments too about cutting people off. Listen, there's a lot. There's 8 requests right
Yeah, try
now,
running a
okay?
room at this count.
You
Like,
gotta let
come on,
yeah,
therapy.
yeah, you can't. I understand. I let people go sometimes, and yes, okay, but today's not the time. And sorry if I cut somebody off or interrupt. All right, it's no malicious intent. Just we got to keep it moving. There's only 2 hours and 10 minutes today of the space. That's it. I got to get people up here. I got people DM, not people messaging me, get me up. Enough. I'm trying to hold it. I didn't freaking sleep. Who's next?
Let me step down. I'll step down real quick. I'll
Ground,
let y'all get
ground,
this one.
ground go.
Thanks,
Ground and
Reggie.
punt. All right. Thanks, Reggie. Ground
Good
and
morning,
punt.
my brother.
Good
And then
morning.
Joe.
Before I get to my take, uh, to answer Alan's question, I understand where Garrett's coming from. I understand Alan's question. For me, definitely being more competitive, you don't expect to see any team just impose their will and get 8 consecutive scoring drives. I mean, that's pretty much what happened. It was, you could say, yeah, out schemed. It was out physical. It was out everything. It was, I can't tell you how many times in this game, uh, maybe the fourth contact, finally the guy got brought down. I mean, just the tackling was just miserable. But you have 3 or 4 drive killers, right? You have where Salah could have challenged the spot where Brees Hall would have had that first down on that reception. You have the
Ground. I was told that they reviewed it, and allegedly Sean messaged me about it. I'll
it should
explain
have
it,
been
but
3rd and inches then, Petey. It should have been 3rd and inches. It shouldn't have been a full blown 3rd and 1. You know what I'm saying? So you have that. You have the fumble on that one drive by Brees. You have Alan Lazard. You know, those are you can't. You know, I get you're not gonna make every play, and you got to give the other team credit. I get all that stuff. But when you need to build momentum against a team like this, you got to make catches when the ball's right in your breadbasket and everything like that. But look, man, I don't remember even when last year the Jets had a first quarter touchdown. They got a first quarter touchdown in this game. I mean, you know, I get nobody wants to hear that because they literally got it hand. I mean, San Francisco ate our lunch, plain and
yep.
simple. I mean, it was just
Ground. Can I make one point to you before I forget? When Rodgers was at the line, he got up there with 25 seconds to go. He changed the play. He was calling out everything. It was nice to see. He was faking the snap.
listen.
Everything. Like
Nobody
we haven't
recognized.
seen that.
Nobody recognized this Jets offense. It was a pleasure to watch. I mean, they listen. The time of possession, what was it, 40-20? I mean, bro, you can't.
Yeah, I was wrong on that. I was saying in the offseason, Ground, I'm like, we're not going to see a time of possession. Listen, I'll be the first to admit I said that. I was stunned.
This
Like,
Jets defense yesterday played worse than the Jets offense last year. That's how bad it was.
yes, I agree.
I mean,
Can I, Ground? I'm not trying to be mean. Can you just are you done? Because I got to.
all right.
There's a ton of
Yeah.
hands up. I got to move the combo. You'll be up here. I'm not dropping you. Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Buckle
Yeah,
up,
what's up,
guys.
P? Yeah, we spoke. Look, I got a couple things I want to get off my chest. I mean, look, first of all, and I've said it all summer long, and when I did my spaces and your spaces, this defense walked around like they had a chip on their shoulder, like they did more than they accomplished more than the 85 Bears, and they got their asses kicked yesterday. And it starts with the GM who's smug and acts like he's the greatest GM in the world. Now he's 30 games under 500 for his career as a Jet GM. The coach is smug. You know, they walk around like they've done more than they have. They've done nothing. And that defense so overrated. I mean, it just got sliced and diced. They put it this way. I mean, I told you last night, Petey. The moment we start these games, when our coaches walk on the field, that we have such a disadvantage to the other team we're playing. I mean, they were playing chess last night. We were playing checkers the whole game. I mean, there was no comparison. I mean, he got outcoached, outclassed. I mean, and even on offense. Well, I'm sorry. I know you guys love Brees Hall. I mean, look at the running backs this weekend. It's about 15 of them had over 85, 90 yards. I mean, he had 16 carries for 45 yards. That's what he did all last year, most of the year. Like 8 games straight, he averaged 1.8 yards a carry. I mean, unless he's in space, man, he's not an every down back. I'm sorry, guys, he's not, because he did not play good yesterday. And even Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he had that one good drive, but he was forcing so many balls to Garrett Wilson on third downs. Rather than, how about Conklin? How about the fact that we never use our draft? What do we get out of the draft? We're the only team in football that gets nothing from our draft. Nothing. Nothing. No first round, second round pick, third round pick, fourth. Nobody does anything. Nobody ever contributes except for 2022. That's it. I mean, it's unbelievable. Year after year, the Rutgers of the world, the McDonald's of the world. I mean, these guys done that with Corley yesterday. I mean, these guys are supposed to be so great. Oh, the Jets were going to draft Corley in the second round, supposedly, if he was there. They were going to move up to draft him. You're lucky if he plays this year. You watch. Another guy, another great bust. I mean, they're horrible at picking players. I can't wait till this whole regime is out of here, because I'm sorry, guys. Let me tell you something right now. New England is going to run down our throats.
Wait,
Stevenson
Joe,
is
you
so
want to
much better than
fire
this guy
everybody?
Mason. No, look at this guy. Look at this guy Mason yesterday. He looked like Walter Payton. Stevenson on New
It's
England is going to be
just
twice the
week
player he
one.
is. How many runs? What is he going to run for? 200 yards against us? I'm just saying, guys. It's such an overrated team, man. They walk around with that fucking smug look. All of them. They think, oh, we're the '85 Bears, man. We have a great defense. Are you kidding me? Their defense is putrid. Without Reddick now, they have no pass rush at all. Clemens stinks. I mean, Johnson, you guys make him out to be Lawrence Taylor. He's a nice player, but he's nothing special. Jermaine Johnson, give me a break. You watch the tape. He got manhandled too. I mean, this team. Well, I mean, like I was trying to say,
Yeah, he
everybody said,
did,
oh,
Joe.
it's the
He did.
49ers. It's the 49ers, guys. How about the Ravens last year when the 49ers were playing great? Walked into that stadium and beat them by 35 points. They destroyed them on defense. They were in Purdy's face every play, knocking them down. I mean, where's our tough defense? Did we even hit
So
them?
does this, Joe?
Did
Wait,
we
Joe.
get
Does
one
this
hit on
all,
Purdy?
Joe? If we
What?
win the next two games, does this go away for you?
No, not necessarily, because I mean, Tennessee is not a great team in New England. I mean, I know New England beat Cincinnati, but I mean,
Well,
right now, I'd be shocked if they won both. I would think they'd probably maybe
all right,
split the
Your
Joe.
difference.
hands
Can I
come
have
up, Pete.
last question? Wait, yeah. I'm getting Joe. One question, because
Go
you
ahead.
said on Sunday the Mets season was over, and now they're a game up on the wild card. So is the Jets season over?
I'm
Maybe
not
you
saying the
can put
season's
some
over, but
reverse
bro,
jinx.
we put everything into these next. If we don't win the Super Bowl in the next couple of years with Aaron Rodgers, when are we going to win it? Well, I wrote it on Twitter. We could live 10 lifetimes, all of us in here, and we'll never see a championship. You guys can say whatever you want. It ain't happening, man. This team is never. They're so far from a Super Bowl. I mean, the fact that Kansas City is like eons away from us as far as talent wise, as far as winning. I mean, when are we ever going to win? I mean,
Hmm.
last night was. I'm sorry, guys. I
All
know it was
right,
one game and it's
all right.
overreaction
There's six.
Monday.
Yeah, Joe. There's six. There's 16 teams. 0-1. Who's in worse shape now, the
How
Jets or
about
the
our division?
Bengals?
Our
The
division's all
Bengals,
1-0. Our
the
division's.
Bengals were supposed to destroy the Patriots, and what happened? Is the Bengals season?
I
I
just
need to
think
move on.
I hate our coach. I'm sorry, guys. Our coaching is so bad. It is
Okay,
remedial math. Everybody else is trigonometry. We have the worst. I mean, Saleh is such a bad coach. I wouldn't let him coach a Pop Warner team. I'm being honest. He's
What do you think of
horrible.
all
What
Albrecht,
is
right,
he? He's a
Joe?
Joe. I got
glorified
to.
Yeah, we got a lot
loser.
of people. Thank you, Joe.
Joe. Yeah, I got to
Go
move.
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
got to move. I got to move on. I don't know who's next, guys. I'll get you guys all up, but go ahead. Who's
Let's get
next?
Niner Matt for a Niner perspective. Niner Matt, good morning.
Hey there. I was gonna say I was kind of surprised how lopsided that game went. My week one takeaway from that game is that I still think there's just a massive gap between the Niners and Chiefs and the rest of the NFL. With that said, I I still think you guys are a 10-11 win team and make playoffs. I was pretty surprised how poorly your D line played, to be honest. Even without Reddick, up front, they were getting manhandled, so that was a bit of a shock. And but if I was a Jets fan, I would be pretty happy with what I saw out of Lazard for the most part. I know he had one drop, but I think whatever it is, his connection with Rodgers, he's probably going to end up being a legitimate wide receiver too. So that's all I was going to say. I think you guys are going to be all right. You guys are still probably a 10, 11 win team. I wouldn't freak out. But I just think the Niners and Chiefs are right now in a different class. So that's all it is.
Fair enough. Move on. Santucci. No, Jim. Then Santucci.
What's up, guys?
Uh, Not a good
What's good,
morning,
brother?
Jim.
What's good?
He's,
Jim. I'm Robert De Niro in the phone.
What's up, June Mark? Uh, to guys like I know it was a Niner Matt, like not to that was a fair take, but I don't need to be lectured by listen up, you know. No
Jim, just make your points,
normal.
please.
Well, I just want to throw that
We
out there
got it.
because it's ridiculous. Normal Jet fans did not
Well,
expect to walk into San Francisco, the NFC champion from last year, and make it like they were going to walk out with a win so easily. Aaron Rodgers hasn't played football in almost 2 years. Uh, the defense, yeah, disheartening. We didn't expect to give up 8 straight scoring possessions in year 3 of this defense. We expect the defense to be ahead of the offense, and that pisses Jeff fans off because it was an embarrassment yesterday. I'm not, I'm gonna watch the Jet games the rest of the year, Joe and Clark. So I'm sorry, you feel like the Jets season is over already. Um, I expect the Jets to win the next 4 weeks against these next 4 opponents, and I'm gonna be pissed if they might spit the bit against one of them. It happens, but can we just bring the delusional Jet fans back to reality a little bit? Just a little bit. It's 1 week. It was against the best NFC team at their house. We didn't play in the preseason. Can we just take a chill pill for fucking 5 minutes before we fucking the sky is falling? The Jets had the ball for a third of the fucking game. A third. Just fucking relax. Take a
Jim,
breath.
here's my biggest problem though, and I've been saying this in the off season. I trust Aaron Rodgers, but you the personnel, like the substitutions. I mean, why have Mike Williams active if he's only going to play 4 plays? I understand he's on a pitch count, but come
Well,
on,
I,
four
I
plays.
understand that, and I told that to my son. I'm like,
And where was Where was Gibson? Where was
no,
Conklin? Everybody, Jeff fans love Jeremy
Those guys
Ruckert.
suck, Petey.
Jeremy Ruckert.
well, listen,
Where was
Joe,
he?
Suck.
Pete, they didn't throw the ball to
Lee John,
they
wait your
didn't throw
turn,
the ball
please.
to anybody other than Garrett Wilson and Lazard. And I told my son, like, if Mike Williams is going to be active and you're only going to play him like those 4 plays, well, then just deactivate him. Like, what's the point? But again,
Yeah, why race the roster spot?
when,
Start Leonard
but,
Taylor. Let's see what Leonard
but
Or
Taylor
maybe
does.
also
just psychologically of getting him
but
in an
Pete,
NFL game to break
when
that mental.
when you only have the ball for a third of the game,
It's
and
so weird.
again, Aaron Rodgers is coming back from 2 years, almost 2 years without football and no preseason. He's gonna basically, yeah, I guess go to the guys that he trusts, and that's Garrett Wilson and Lazard. And again, the Niners are the best team in the NFC. Can we just, if they come out against the next 4 opponents and their offense looks like shit, and we're struggling to put up 20 points a game, yeah, then everybody should go ape shit because that'll be kind of ridiculous. But can we just take it easy on game fucking 1 against the
Yeah,
best team in the
yes, Jim.
NFC?
Jim, can we end on that
Sure.
note, please? On a positive note from you, because I just got to
Yep.
get this
Yeah,
ton
I'll
of
drop.
requests. Thank
I'll
you,
drop.
Jim. Appreciate you. I think Santucci's next. We're going Jeff fans. Guru, I'll get to you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good
Morning.
morning, PD.
Good
Thank you.
morning.
Morning. I got a couple points I
Sup,
want to make real
Santucci?
quick, Petey. I'm gonna try to be quick, but I really want to hit on the real detrimental parts. Um, Back in the summer when we was in free agency, I was telling all y'all the same thing that I was worried about this linebacking core and this defense. I wanted Justin Simmons at safety because I was not really sold on Allen and Clark. Now, as we seen that passing game, Purdy had no respect for anybody on that defense. He was throwing it left, right, up the middle, deep. It didn't matter. We can sit here and blame that defensive line, but our linebackers cannot cover for nothing. CJ Mosley looked at old and slow. Half the time, outside linebackers they was like retreating. I mean, it was nothing they could do. They just went Debo Samuel on slant, Debo Samuel on slant. I mean, we was getting torched. That's not just the defensive line. That's our whole defense is in confusion. Like it's like we have no scheme. And it's like when somebody punched us in the mouth, we didn't know what to do. It's like after the third quarter, it's like we just started giving up. That reminds me of the game last year, like several games when we was getting gashed last year, and I was telling y'all our defense, our linebacking core is horrendous. I've been saying the same thing over and over and over. And another point is, I don't think
Wait, Santucci, to your point though, I don't think the linebackers got gashed yesterday. Mosley wasn't in coverage a lot. There was a lot of that zone stuff where, that Ashton Davis was dreadful last night in the couple of plays that he was in on. But I'm not going to, I mean, Quincy Williams was there, on
Petey.
one play. Remember, he broke
Purdy
that.
was
I'm just,
Petey was
ground,
burping the
please.
bait.
Guys, you know what? Let me talk. I'm letting everybody freaking talk in here. I can't even make a point. Chill. I'm hyped too. I want to fucking scream because I had to fucking watch that shit last night. It was dreadful. Dreadful. Oh, Pete, you can't pick the Jets to win? Oh, grow a set. No! Show me something, Jets. Show me.
I'm,
Go
I'm
ahead,
gonna just
Santucci. I
I'm gonna
apologize.
say this though.
PD, stop crashing out, PD. Go ahead, Santucci.
I'm not
Yeah, you
crashing
are. You see
out.
how calm Santucci is? I want to hear his point. Because
No.
and I'm sorry to
Okay.
interrupt. PD, stop saying that. The gentleman is right. They dogged Quentin Williams. Your linebackers are not that good. Go ahead, Santucci. Because I got some
No,
numbers for you.
Quentin Williams is not a linebacker. You
Quincy,
mean
Quincy,
Quincy,
my bad, my
to
bad,
be
Quincy.
fair.
Go ahead, though, Santucci. I want to hear.
That this is not crashing out,
The
but go
reason
ahead.
why I say the linebackers, because especially that third and the second quarter, what was Debo getting most of his catches at? Through the middle. He
Yes.
was running low drags through the
Yes.
middle. He was running slants through the middle. We couldn't stop a end around. We couldn't stop a jet sweep. I mean, I knew what plays was coming. I was calling them out looking at the screen. Like, how can you know what plays are coming and still can't stop it? Like we knew when they was running the ball, we was right there in the right gaps. I was seeing Will McDonald and I can't even think Solomon Thomas get blow off the ball. Like they was just one-on-one
Yep.
matchup cover. I mean matchup against the lineman, and they was getting pushed back 5 yards. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I don't think Hassan Reddick would have made a difference. I've been preaching this all off season. Line, and I think it was Hammy that was with me on that. Our linebackers core, like if you say CJ Mosley a couple times, he was falling, trying to cover the pass coverage. He was falling and then trying to get back up and chase down Debo. Now I'm gonna make this quick though. On offense, I could see like the rust coming off Aaron Rodgers. This is why I said he should have had more reps in preseason because I could see the rust coming off. But also Aaron Rodgers was locked in on two receivers. He was not looking at more than one receiver. When Tyrod Taylor got in there, and I know it's at garbage time. You could say it's garbage time, but he was looking at other receivers and we were seeing the ball move. But Aaron Rodgers just looked like he was force feeding Garrett Wilson and Lazard. Now, on another point, and I'm trying to keep it quick so everybody can speak. But on another point, Brees Hall, he looked like he was shaking off a little rust too, because that fumble was detrimental. I believe that fumble kind of shifted momentum, but at the same time, we could not get that running game going. It's game one. We played a elite team. We got smacked in the mouth, but this is not the time to panic. We saw a lot of good things to take from this game, but I promise you,
All
next
right.
week against the Titans and next week I mean, the next 2 weeks is when we really evaluate. I don't like the play calling by Hackett, and I feel like we should have made some adjustments on defense the same way the 49ers made adjustments on their defense. We did not make adjustments. We tried to run with the same game plan, Like the 49ers coach is not smart enough to see what the hell is going on. Adjustments is what lost us that game and the lack of a defense.
All right. Thanks, Santucci. Again, guys, I'm trying not to cut people off. There's a ton of hands. Everybody wants to make comments about the space and everything, but, you know, we don't dominate the conversation, but just try and hurry up with points, please. There's only 2 hours and 10 minutes of this space.
I,
Who's
I
next?
think Dan was next, and then after that, I don't know who.
I want to get to Ferb because that's LaShawn's cousin, and he's Lee Sean's cousin. He's in the airport. So get to Dan and then Ferb.
Dan, what's up?
Hey, good morning, fellas. I'll be quick. It's a little demoralizing yesterday with the defense because I get it that we're playing against a well-oiled machine in the 49ers, but our defense is supposedly well-oiled as well. We play against great teams like, again, the Eagles, the Bills, Kansas City Chiefs, and we make it at least a competitive game. Yesterday, there's no adjustments in halftime, nothing like that. And it's, that's our bread and butter, right? Our defense. And again, I'm not throwing in the season, not throwing in the towel, but looking at that game yesterday, they caught us with our pants down, and again, and hopefully we turn it around against Tennessee. Just like Santucci brought a lot of great points. The next two games, those are going to be indications on what this Jets team is all about. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Great space. And again, Mike Williams has to be involved because I know it's only game one, but I mean, the patterns are the same with like Macaulay Hardman. You sign them and then you don't.
Dan, I get what you're saying there, but
Got to
listen,
use them.
McCall Hardman's not in the same sentence as Mike
Got to
Williams.
use them then. You can't just.
I agree,
You know what I
Dan.
mean?
Dan, no, I agree with you. Dan, they should have, if he's playing 4 plays, why even activate him?
Yeah.
Why put Braylon Allen in for one play? I know they didn't have a lot of snaps, but to me, this is where Hackett and I can't kill Rodgers because Rodgers has to call who's the guys on the field. Dan, are you still?
No, I'm here.
Go ahead, Dan. Finish your point.
You're right. I mean, but you start seeing that again to Joe's point as well. You get somebody like Malachi Corley, and you don't use him. You don't throw him a ball. Get him an end around. Like utilize all the players that you have. And again, Saleh, is he a NFL head coach? We honestly, me personally, all these we're calling for his head. Not for nothing, guys. Honestly, it's year 4. Get your act together. Start making adjustments at halftime. This is your puppy right here. Get your defense to the level if you want to be a championship team. Again, this is week 1. We're 0-1 to the season. We're in the cellar right now. Doesn't mean much. But the next 2 to 4 games, there's no excuses. There's no more excuses. This is it. Where we could use all the excuses we want. Game 1, where we went to San Francisco, that's fine, no problem. I'll swallow it. That's not an issue. The next 4, there are no excuses. No. And I get it. There's no gimmies. We're better. We are way better than the Tennessee Titans. Come on, fellas. Let's not sugarcoat this. We got to win this game. This is a must game. Must win. Week 2. Let's get going. Go Jets. Later, guys.
Next, Ferb. What's up?
Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope y'all guys can hear me. I lost my voice last night at the game, so I apologize. First of all, Petey, thank you for having me, allowing me to speak. I'm new to these spaces, so just bear with me. The name of your space is embarrassing loss. I 100% disagree with that as an outsider who's a 49ers fan. Like a couple of people before said, we are the cream of the crop. We are one of the best teams, not in the NFC, but the NFL. We are the NFC champions. We played for the Super Bowl last year, and it was totally expected. Everything that happened last night. I think the downfall for you guys is that you guys didn't play like none of the starters in the preseason. So as you guys practice, they don't take people to the ground. They do that wrap up and don't take people to the ground. And we just physically manhandled you guys like we do a lot of the teams in the league because we're a very physical team. So when we're your first opponent of the year and we're bringing that physicality that you guys haven't seen all preseason or practice, that's a major factor. Second, there were some bright moments. Sauce Gardner, I see why he's an all pro. He locked up BA. He knocked the ball out BA hands on one of them slants. I was very impressed. But your front seven, like somebody else said, needs some help. Even with the edge rusher that's not there, I don't see where you're going to get any push. Now, Quentin Williams in the beginning of the game got busy. I think he had a sack or a hit on Purdy in one of the first couple of drives. But I really was not impressed with your defense. But a lot of that could be the fact that they didn't play in the physicality that we bring to the table. But at the end of the day, I think it's too early for calling anything embarrassing, especially against us. It's too early in the season for you guys to be panicking and going crazy like that. I think it's just one game. You guys are 0-1. It's a long ass season. But you got to remember, like, we are the NFC champions. We just played for the Super Bowl. This was 100% expected from us on our end. Even though I know you guys from your end expected to play good and play well. This was 100% expected. We have the best defense in the league. I know that's might be a little bit opinionated, but if you go back and look for the last 5 to 6 years, we've always been in the top five, the top seven. You guys are just now starting to get a good defense. We've always been good. We have the best middle linebacker in football, and he showed it wild last night. Fred Warner showed out
All right,
last night.
Ferb,
Yes,
Ferb,
sir.
Ferb. No. This. Let me move on here. All right.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Rest your voice, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you
Safe
for having
travels
me.
home, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
keep
man.
you
We'll
guys'
be
head
up.
up. Just keep your head up.
Hey, Pete, can I say something
Appreciate you, bro.
real quick?
Yes.
I mean, the thing is, people are people disrespecting the 49ers? Like 49ers of the last five NFC championships have been in have been there 4 of the past 5 fucking years. Like, this is San Fran. Like, the overreaction is crazy to me. Like, the sky is falling. Now, had we lost like this to a team that was, I don't know, one of the worst teams last year in the league, then okay. I mean, then the crash out might be justified. But this is San Francisco 49ers, bro.
June, I think the reason,
Yeah.
Pete, it'll take me one
Good.
second to state my point. And
Yeah, but wait. No,
can
no,
I
no, no,
respond to
Sherm.
June?
No,
I want to
because no,
respond to it.
no, because
Okay.
no, Sherm. You know why? I got people waiting that have been waiting for 10, 15, 20 minutes. I got Guru, Lee John.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes, sir.
sorry,
You're good.
Sherm. I'm getting all this shit. People are telling me how to dictate and run my space and all this stuff. It ain't okay. Hey, some things, people are going to get interrupted. There's no need that I don't embarrass people. You know what I mean? If I cut you off, it's not a malicious intent. Okay. But if you're going on, some people I let go, some people I don't. Okay.
Can I say something on that, Pete?
Sherm, I let you up, Sherm. You're good.
Yeah.
All right.
Some
Just hang on. Go ahead,
some quick
Mark.
on that, Pete. After a loss like this, lots of folks come in. Like, unless you've run, I hate to put it like this, but unless you've run a room, there's 250 people in here, lots of hands and multiple requests all day. It's not easy to do this, and we're just people. So we're doing the best we can, please.
Yeah,
So keep your points as quick as possible because a lot of people want to talk this morning. Go
Sack,
ahead.
Sack,
And
Sack is
guys,
next.
yeah, wait, hold on. Just before, listen, this is not because, whatever. There's people in the listener. Just keep it football. People are going to make points. There's going to be other fans that are in here that are going to critique. The Jets deserve criticism today, but keep it football. Don't get personal. If you don't get personal, it's fine. I'm good with you. Go ahead. I'm out of sorts with the decorum here, so I don't know who's next.
Let's get Sack and then Guru. I know Guru's
It's
been waiting a
Sack,
while. Go
right?
ahead, Sack.
Hey, good morning, fellas. I'm going to be calm about it. Look, I think that what we're missing is I know I'm hearing a lot of, and I heard it last night, where the 49ers, are a juggernaut and the, NFC champions. I get it. I understand that. But this team is not, okay, this team's not about, oh, let's just make the playoffs, right? Let's think about the aspirations that we do have. We have to all we're talking about, this is an all-in year, you know, Super Bowl, or bust. So if this was last year or the year before and we just wanted to make the playoffs, I would sit this morning and say, okay, take the L. This is what happens. But we got 4 lesser opponents coming up and we'll beat up on them, and then things will be better. And I think that's what will happen, right? You'll beat the Titans, you'll beat the Patriots. The Patriots didn't beat the Bengals. The Bengals beat the Bengals. I watched that game from front to back. They fumbled the ball on the goal line twice when one guy was running in there. 2 of those scores and one of those scores they win. I just think that the problem, the deeper meaning behind this game, I'll finish, Pete, because I know you got people. But here's the thing: the deeper meaning is the reason why a lot of fans are pissed off. It's not because we lost to the 49ers so much as the fact that we were not competitive. We weren't competitive with this team. So what happens? You make the playoffs. You if you want to go to Super Bowl, you're gonna have to face this team again. Or if you can't beat the elite teams in the league, that's an issue. So the whole thing is that there's a deeper meaning to why a lot of fans are pissed off. It's not the fact. If we would have lost by 3 points, we'd have been like, all right, we're right there with these big teams. But we weren't. We got pushed around. And yes, I know we got Will Levis next and Trubisky. I mean Trubisky, Will Levis, and whatever. Uh, the point is that you
Brissett.
have
We got Brissett.
the Brissett, and you have these lessons.
Yeah, Sack, real quick though. I'm not, and I'll let
Yeah,
you finish. I'm sorry, man. Like, New England's going to be a tough game. Like, I'm not writing New England off. It's a division game. Everybody's going to think we should blow the doors off of them. If they could run the ball, we're in trouble. Like, I'm not, like, we got to take it one game at a
yeah,
time. Like, I'm not look. That's just me. You have to beat Tennessee.
yeah. And what
Go ahead.
last thing is, there's a few things I don't want to hear about Will McDonald. I really don't. I know Lee John's going to come up, and I know, but I don't want to hear about him. I don't want to hear about. Well, we don't need Hassan Reddick, and he's just a luxury, and all that crap that we heard. That was garbage, because it's proved to be garbage. You gotta get him in the building. And I'm just saying, me looking at that game, I was like, you know, I was telling my friend that we were watching. He was like, and he's a Cowboy fan. I was like, yeah, well, this is the NFC. I'm saying the same thing as you guys are during the game, and he said, yeah, you're right, but you got to be competitive. I think we were out coached too. That's a whole new issue. I listen on to Tennessee.
Thanks, Zach.
Thanks,
Dude,
thanks,
go
Pete,
ahead.
Thanks, Zach. Guys,
Mark.
hold
And
on.
Drew.
By the way, guys, thank you. Guys, we're on YouTube too live right now. So follow Jets Commute on YouTube. Subscribe to it. We'd appreciate it. Shout out to the listeners in here. I want to, do the normal routine. Buckeyes in here. I see Inshallah, UG, Rock, C Web, Mario, my buddy Mario, Vince, Carl Binger, Latonia, PK, Eddie Limage, Sad Jack Calendar. What up? All right, continue,
Folks,
guys.
if you get cycled
I think
out,
Guru's
yeah, I
next.
got Guru. If you get cycled
Yeah.
out, listen, there's a lot of people asking up. So if you make your points, it's not personal. Guru, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. So listen, when you go into the off season, you evaluate your team. Sometimes you're just a little bullish. I was on the short end of the stick last year. I went to the Niners Steelers game in Pittsburgh, and they kicked our teeth in. Similar fashion, what happened? You can sit here and talk about preseason football. That's not acceptable. Trent Williams, look at the jumbotron, folks. Jumbotron. Trent Williams was at home the whole fucking summer. Showed up, no pressures, no sacks. Brandon Ayuk, he dropped a couple touchdowns. He wasn't available. Brock Purdy did not have his starting receiver core or his starting running back available until last week. So you can sit up here and you can want somebody to come up here and, like bro said, the Niners caught you with your pants down. No, they didn't. They caught you at the supermarket and they confronted you and you let them do whatever they did to you. You had no answer. The New York Jets football team last night looked junior varsity. Just being honest with you. Your defense had no adjustment. You lost the same way to the 49ers you lost to the Detroit Lions at home. So CJ Mosley, you knew
And
CJ
Russell
Mosley.
Wilson is your
Why are
quarterback
you interrupting me? See what I'm saying? You
because you
interrupted me
recorded
though.
me, asshole.
You interrupt.
Stop, Giambi. Enough. This is what I mean. Personal shit is not in here. I asked you not to interrupt. Mark, I'll talk to you all morning.
Yeah.
June, what's up?
What's up, man? That was tough. Tough last night, man. But it's one game. Folks jumping off bridges. It's one game, man.
Guru, hold on. Guru, folks want to comment to me, and I'll say this about Guru, okay? Guru and I had a man-to-man conversation, okay? We're good. I'm good with him, okay? If you don't like that I talk to Guru, sorry. Guru and I are good. So
I'm stepping away for a second,
he
Pete.
gave me his, yep, he gave me his word. I don't need to elaborate on what Guru and I talked about, okay? But the fact of the matter is, do not get personal. Go ahead. Delayed mute.
Yeah,
Go
it's the
ahead,
delay.
Guru.
Yeah,
It's
it's the delay
unmuted.
mute. So no, I got you.
Just
No, it's
keep
all good.
going.
All good, bro.
You were
Yeah.
on. They
Yeah,
didn't
so they
adjust
didn't
the Jets.
adjust.
Just try
I
and be
got you. No, I
quick,
got you.
Guru,
So they
please,
didn't
because I got.
adjust,
All right,
and
thanks.
your personnel that you had, you didn't have an answer. My also issue with the New York Jets is that your offense looked the same in terms of Hackett's demise that Torres, June, Peter we talked about all summer in terms of him evolving. I didn't see any usage of the young man who ran all over the Commanders in preseason. He played in preseason, and I think he's ready. The young fella from Wisconsin. You talked about the tight end usage. I didn't see any targets across the middle of the field. What the New York Jets need to do quickly is you're going to have to go back to the drawing boards and humble yourself because the way the Tennessee Titans lost Sunday, they're not gonna throw two pick sixes or two defensive touchdowns. You're gonna have to beat the Tennessee Titans. This NFL, they don't feel sorry for you. Just because you had Aaron Rodgers, just because you had Sauce Gardner, you got good players. I don't think you have a collective. And then this is the last thing. I wanted to say to you, Brees Hall. Um, why didn't you use Brees Hall in the perimeter? Why didn't you call some screens? I think Brees Hall is better
Exactly,
if he gets the ball in space, man. But I'm not gonna beat you out. Yeah, I'm not
Guru.
gonna
Can
beat
I
you while you're
make a
down, man. Give
point
the
to?
mic to somebody else. Thanks for
Can
letting me
I?
sit up
Not.
here, man.
It's all right, Guru. Real quick. I think. Listen, Brees Hall fumbled. I think that took him out of the game a little bit. Honestly, like you can't cough up the ball there. That's on him. He'll get better, but he has to be better in space. Let
Yeah, I'm
me
gonna
see
drop
who's
down,
next.
man. We'll talk
Legion
soon, man. Keep you guys head up.
bet. Yep. Thanks, Guru. Zach, go ahead. Lee, John, and Zach, and then I'll get to the other guys.
Yeah.
Go
So,
ahead.
I mean, this stems back to December. This guy is not a head football coach, but it is what it is. You kind of get exposed in the beginning of the season, and it's not. Look, once you get to May, June, July, what are you gonna do? Just not. You got to be optimistic to a sense about everything, but you go back to December. I mean, everybody wanted the guy's head. Every year in December, he gets figured out. He worked with Shanahan for a long time. He's been figured out, and that's just what it comes down to. But let me tell you something, it's a tandem between the head coach and the GM. You know, you're supposed to be all in, and you're drafting guy. I love McDonald, and you know what? They first of all, the scheme put that guy in hell. Why would you have that guy playing 4-eye in the NFL? That guy was playing inside last night. And what would you do if you're Kyle Shanahan? You're running the ball right down their throats. Then you're gonna put Will McDonald in
Right
D
at him.
tackle. It's embarrassing stuff. And then you got look. I get it. You're nervous about the O line. Well, you sacrificed playmakers. Are you really worried about Tyler Conklin out wide? I saw Ruckert playing the X. Are we worried about that? No.
Yeah, I
But
saw that. I saw that on one play at
but you
the
know what,
end, Lee
Petey?
John.
It's
But that was when Tyrod
no,
was
it was
in.
before he was in the third. But it's irrelevant because no matter what, they couldn't stop the Niners, so it didn't matter. If the Jets scored 40, the Niners would have scored 45. I think the biggest problem here is that the defensive coordinator got completely outcoached, and there was no answer. It didn't matter what the personnel was last night, and that is the most alarming thing in the world because you can't expect this guy to have a game plan on defense 4 weeks in a row in January. And I think it's a fireable offense. I hope he gets fired because, and look, it's week one. I get it. Don't overreact. This isn't just week one of 2024. This is all of last year, all of the year before. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Enough. This is 1 or 2 more years of Rodgers. Wake up, assess this team after the first quarter. If they go 1-3, this guy is out of here. Because what I saw from Rodgers last night was fine. The guy needs a goddamn chance. That's why he came here. So he had a chance. Because there's no way you're going to win games when your defense is like this. And it is what it is. I get it. It's Kyle Shanahan. But it was embarrassing. And not for nothing, the Niners a good football team.
Yep.
Cowboys a good football team. Ravens, um, Chiefs. You see guys, Dominic Puny, Cooper Beebe, Kingsley Suamataia, Roger Rosengarten, guys that were not the 11th overall pick, playing for teams that dominated this week. And we got the 11th overall pick because we were nervous about our all pro left tackle. Let me tell you something. We passed up
By the
on
way, Lee
playmakers.
John, can I answer that real quick? I gotta move on. Why would if you took Aaron Rodgers out, why would Tyron Smith be in? Just let him rest. Get him out. We need that guy.
Yeah. Well,
Like, why didn't you take
it would
him
have been
out?
nice to see.
That's another
Would have
boneheaded
been nice
thing.
to see a guy like Brock Bowers or Brian Thomas playing football for the Jets last night because there was nobody to
All right,
throw to.
I'm not going. I'm not going to Bowers right now. Lee John, respectfully, I got to move on. Let me see who's next. Jeff fam wise, guys, Snoogans, I'll get you in. Kika, hold on. Mike, go ahead.
All right, just for the immediate, yeah, definitely was not expecting that defensive performance last night. So it is what it is. You move forward. What do they need to do? Get Al Woods, get Quentin Jefferson back in the freaking building. That's for sure because that run defense was atrocious. Yeah, the 49ers are the 49ers. Did I think we were going to win? Absolutely not. Did I think we were going to perform and not be competitive? No, I did not expect that. But as Lee John as everything said, I was always pro Salah, but now it's kind of like, yeah, it's year four. It's no excuses now. And as for the offense, I was pleased. I'm fine with what I saw yesterday. Like we are saying, it's week one. The only thing I will say about the offense though is, he Rogers was really just looking for Wilson, Lazard, and Hall. And so if that's how it's going to be moving forward, I mean, teams are going to you're going to give teams the opportunity to shut down three players, then they're going to be sitting ducks by week 8. So I don't know how they're going to need to correct that, get more creative. But offense, I'd give them like a B minus B for week one. Defense, fucking.
Mike, I don't know how you can give the offense a B. I get it. It was.
When was the
I
last
like the
time you saw the
listen.
Jets?
No,
When was the last
correct.
time you saw
That's
the
what
Jets
I'm
get a
saying.
TD off of a flag? I can't remember. I'm 32. I mean, that's the QB
Well,
we have now.
right,
So compared to the last 3 years,
correct.
the
Mike,
B for sure.
I will give you this, and I know you didn't say this. I was impressed with the offensive line pass protection.
Yes, yes,
I was
absolutely.
impressed. Rogers looked very immobile on that spin. He didn't look himself, and it looked like his legs were dragging a little bit. And I get it; he'll get better with that. But I was happy with the way the Jets protected Aaron Rodgers yesterday. There are some positives. Mike, I got
Yeah,
to move
absolutely.
on. All
Thank you,
right,
Vez.
thanks for coming
Thank you,
up.
Vez.
Yeah, you got it. Let me get everybody up here. I have no idea who's next. Uh, do you know, June? Oh, it's Joe. Joe, go ahead, and then we'll get to the other guys, the other fans. Joe from Atlanta, what
Yo,
up?
yo, yo, yo. Hey, let somebody else go real quick, bro. I'm on the phone real quick.
We got Big Brother. Sir,
Hey, good morning, fellas.
good morning,
First,
brother.
I want to say good game. I know you don't want to hear no more victory shit, but I hope y'all came out with no big injuries and nothing like that. Bro, it's week one against a NFC opponent. It's not that big of a deal, especially when you look at the circumstances of everything. This is what usually happens when a coordinator that honed his craft under a coach plays him for the first time. So I mean, I don't understand. I mean, this is if you go back and look through history, this is what usually happens. So I don't. It's not a big deal. I is if it was a talent thing, then I would be worried. Um, I feel like a lot of it was familiarity with Saleh and Shanahan. But I mean, it's not like he like picked on him or something, or like Cal doesn't. I mean, he do this to the Cowboys all the time. So I mean, yeah. But I think y'all do need some pieces on offense. Um, the Wilson needs some help.
I've been
So
saying it.
Yes, he needs help. Devontae Adams.
I agree.
I've been saying it, but I agree with you, man. It's like, yo, it's the teacher, it's the student against the teacher, like you said, bro. He he knows it. He knows that defense because he was under his staff. So why wouldn't he know how to beat
yeah,
that?
I mean, listen, man, I ain't going to I'm not going to come in here and be phony or nothing, but I'm not going to say nothing that I didn't say. Um, I mean, y'all had some opportunities. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is I almost forgot. I don't think it's a schematic thing or a talent thing. For me, I I think it might be time to move on from Salah. It was a few things that I saw on the field that I didn't really like. Um, it was a lot of celebration shit. A lot like Reed was more worried about doing the trigger thing and like motherfuckers wasn't locked in. I see a culture issue. I think that's your biggest problem. I didn't like the antics on the field that I was seeing. The performing and the antics wasn't adding up for me.
I think celebrations when you're winning are look a little different than when you're losing. But let's see. What's next in the queue? You
But
guys
I
know?
just that's all I wanted to say. Like I said, good game. I hope y'all don't have no big injuries or nothing like that. I'm gonna get out y'all here, man. And I don't know. Hope y'all turn it around.
Congratulations, bro. You got
I
that, bro.
appreciate
Good
it. I
game.
appreciate it.
Like I said, it's over. This is crazy overreaction day. Like it's week one. Mark, I don't know. I can't tell you who's in the queue. I was away.
Let's get Kika. Hello, Kika.
Hey, good morning, y'all. I just, I've been in y'all spaces all summer. My bad, I was talking to somebody. But uh, I mean, I know it's only week one, right? But I'm going off what some of y'all said. As long as we got Aaron Rodgers, we in Super Bowl contentions. Bro, did y'all see what the 49ers did to y'all? Not even that, right? Let's talk about C-Mac. C-Mac didn't even play. Y'all had a running back that didn't really get a lot of carries last year, career high. And also, a PD and Mark, I've been telling y'all about CJ and Chuck, right? Chuck can't cover. CJ, if you play a nice ass tight end, y'all fuck. You feel me? And I'm gonna put it like this, right? I'm looking at y'all schedule, y'all next couple games. Y'all got the Titans. Like Guru said, bro, I feel like if y'all gotta play a team that got a good ass defense, y'all in trouble. So I'm looking at y'all next couple games. Y'all got the Titans. I think y'all gonna lose that. The Patriots, y'all definitely gonna lose that one. The Broncos, y'all might win that one. The Vikings. No,
All
I don't
right,
think.
let's dissect who the
Oh.
Ravens are going to lose to.
See, there you go, bro. I'm on some chill shit, bro. And there you go trying to talk about the
Why are
Ravens. We're
you?
talking about
Wait.
chill.
Okay. So
Bro,
why
get out
can't I
your. You
bounce
know
back a
what?
little?
Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm
All right.
hyped now. You know what? The
Go,
Jets is the
go
same
ahead, man.
fucking Jets. You
Why
know
See,
are you
why?
hype?
see,
When I
you
no no no
can't
no no
Can
no.
you
handle.
Let me
go?
talk. Let me
No, let's
talk. Let
let's
me
move
talk.
on,
You
bro.
can't
Come
handle
on,
it.
you
Cause
you
guess what?
yeah.
Yes.
No.
Go
Hold
to
up.
another
Hold up.
enhance.
Hold up.
You
Cause guess.
lost sir. You lost too. So can we go to the
bro.
other hands, please?
Oh my
Why
God,
are
can I
you so
talk,
upset
bro?
No, I
right
had my
now?
hand up for a long
Yeah, go to
Bro, who the
time.
Stern,
fuck said I
please.
was upset, bro? I'm
All right, that was me with the mute. Kicker, you made a point. Apparently, Kicker's now in timeout. Kicker can come back in a few. Let's get through these hands, please. All right, and keep it Jets. I understand, Kicker. Now you've got the Jets. I want to ask you a question later, Kicker. Who's winning more games, the Jets or the Bills? Because I did your schedule prediction right with the Bills, and you had loss after loss after loss. Was it the same for the Jets now? Is that the I see thumbs down. That's all right, man. You got three people trying to shut you off stage, man. So, all right. Uh, let's see. Let James cook, and then we'll get Hex and what Sherm. Yeah, cook.
I think I was like third, bro. So I could wait. It's
All right,
cool.
who's first in the order?
I
Losing
know,
track.
Mark. I've been waiting. It'll take me 2 minutes, guys. I just want to say something real. I heard
Well,
all off season you guys were saying, hey, if we have Aaron Rodgers at 50%, and I don't know if this is a ledge jumping situation for y'all at all. I actually seen some promise, and this is probably not what you were expecting to hear from me. But when you put it down in, I hear this bashing on Saleh and the defense. And first of all, Saleh knows Shanahan, so that I don't know if it was the pupil and the teacher. What I'd say is that when the offense punts and then they fumble, and then I believe you got a touchdown, you got to realize something. You had 3-and-outs. There were 3-and-outs. You were not allowing the defense to breathe. And this is what I heard all offseason from you all was, hey, now that Sherm, the defense lived on the field. Now that the defense isn't going to live on the field, they're going to be okay. Well, guess what they did? They lived on the field because your offense didn't perform. That's the truth. You had a 3-and-out. Then what? You had the turnover, I believe. Then you had one long play. I'm saying then I believe you punt after 3-and-out again. So I think the defense actually did well when you look at the fact that they gave up 2 sevens and the rest were field goals. And so I think when you add all that together, and I know Petey said immediately he didn't want to go back to this, but when you say this is an all-in year, when you say this is I'm supposed to be competing for a t-shirt and a hat is what you guys call it. But what I want to know is like, when are you going to start holding this accountable? That you keep saying with Aaron Rodgers, with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers threw for 150 something yards. Okay. This wasn't Brees Hall. You told me they're stacking the box. He runs against everybody. The 49ers were playing on half a leg. They didn't have Greenlaw. They didn't have Hufunga. They didn't have Christian McCaffrey. So I think that it's not overreaction. I think it just might be a little bit of a realization. But quit downplaying the defense because the defense played their ass off. And I think anybody who watches that, it's easy to look at the score and think something different. But if you're leaving them out in the field all the time against an elite offense like that and an elite offensive mind, then yeah, they're going to do well. But I don't think it's the defense. I really, really think you guys need to look and maybe address something on that offense. And I don't know if Hackett makes it the whole year. Bye.
I mean, I don't even know where to start with that take. Let's just get through the hands. Um, let's see. Let's do Snoogans.
It was Snugs and then Hex and me.
Thank you, Slip. All right, Snoogans, go ahead, and then Hex, then Slip.
Wait, I was before I slept. Just throwing that in there.
Oh, your hand was down. Just go ahead, Jan. I don't. Yeah, go
No,
ahead. I
no.
didn't see your hand.
Let's
What?
just do the order. It's cool. It's cool. Cool.
So am I up or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
All right, cool. All right. Good morning, guys. As I said, win or lose, obviously I said I would just come in real quick. Not a lot that hasn't been said already. I mean, probably the only thing that I will take away, if you guys ever hear anybody ever tell you that a team has scored on 8 times in a row, which hasn't happened in a regular season football game since 1978. If anybody ever tries to diminish that by telling you that some of those were field goals, just completely brush that off as complete fucking nonsense. That's like getting 8. That's like getting 7 blowjobs in a row, and then you finally get to hit it finally once. You're still going to enjoy those
Wow.
7 blowjobs, I promise. So anyway,
A lot
back
of
to the game.
chafing. Good, Snoogans.
Yeah, that was the absolute complete fucking. That was so stupid to even say. So just back to the game. Yeah, guys, it was just pure. It was pure dominant. I can tell you this much, guys. Kyle Shanahan, if he saw anything, and I'm not saying this, guys, to that, PD, I'm not. If he saw anything on film, he saw you guys were soft. He did. Kyle only calls that kind of game, the bully ball, as we call it, all the outside zone stuff up the middle. Guys, he only calls that when he knows he can. And the biggest reason he knows he can is because he knows that front seven is soft. He's done it to Green Bay for years. That's why a lot of Niner fans don't respect Green Bay, because they still haven't addressed that problem. They're still soft in the front seven, other than Gary. So I was surprised at that. I mean, I told you guys I thought it would be a grinded out game. I thought it would be like that, but I didn't know he was going to go full on like that. But it is what it is. So if I was a Jets fan, I'll land it here. These are the three things I would take away from the game. Obviously, I'm extremely happy Rodgers was able to finish it. I would have some concerns about my defense's toughness after the first four guys, especially mainly named Quinnen Williams. Spencer Burford is not a really great guard, and when he came in, because Banks got a little bit of a bruised calf, somebody fell on his calf. He made Johnson, I think he is on your team. He pancaked Johnson 2 times in a row, to where I think Burford's going to have all you eat pancakes at IHOP for the rest of the season. And Burford's the guy that pretty much gave up the Chris Jones tackle in the Super Bowl. That's that guy. We told you guys about Kinlaw. I told you if you run at Kinlaw, he's going to be taken out of a game. I tried telling you guys this, but that's okay. He stands up too tall. That's his problem. He stands up too tall. So that would be second thing. And the third thing, guys, that I would say is somebody said it. You guys use Brees a little more creative, but that's a Hackett thing, and it will come. But other than that, I thought it was a good game, guys. Shout out to you guys for letting me speak and everything, PD. I'll be here, just in case anything else comes up.
Yeah, we do that.
All right,
And we'll be
Snoogans.
here. We're getting past the emotion of the first, whatever, hour and a half, and then we'll get back to, because there's stuff to talk about in terms of reinforcements for the run defense, the
Mark,
emotion, and get it out.
Mark, can you hear me? Well, yeah, we're
Yeah, I
letting.
can.
Yeah, I hear
I
you,
haven't.
Pete. Go
I
ahead.
haven't really spoke a lot, and whatever. But tomorrow we'll have somebody who does film, for the Titans and all the NFL. We'll get into some Jets Titans. I mean, it's a short week. Next week's a short week. So in the next 10 days, Jet fans, we're either going to be 2-1, 0-3, or 1-2. So, you know, somebody in the AFC East this week's going to be 2-0. It's either the Bills or the Dolphins. So, and that game's in 2 days. So, listen, it's week one. I thought I'd be more mad, but it is what it is. Who's next?
Let James Cook was waiting, and then either Slip or Hex. I forgot.
All right. So what's going on, guys? Um. So
What up, brother?
so I just think basically on the Jets offense, what I saw is I think you guys have really good pass protection. You definitely short that up this season. Aaron Rodgers did have time. I mean, there was like I think one play where he did get kind of pressured, but other than that, he did have time to sit back there and make those quick throws. I just don't think the offensive line got the push that you guys wanted for the run game. I think your game plan was to establish a run game so you can establish the play action to give Aaron Rodgers a little more time, make the defense hesitate a little bit, let Aaron Rodgers hit those quick throws. Um, and I just think also the guys outside of Brees Hall and Wilson need to step up, bro. Like Lazard did near the end of the game. But when teams take away Hall and Wilson, bro, like it's just tough pickings. And maybe that is scheme, maybe that is game plan. I know Lazard dropped a couple, and Aaron Rodgers turned away from him a little bit. But yeah, man, like Wilson is great. Dude was making plays, right? Dude was making a lot of plays early on in the game. But I just think you guys need to get a better push on the offensive line. Which I mean, like the Titans, like they're not the best team, but one thing the Titans do have, they have a really good interior defensive line with the rookie Sweat from Texas and Simmons. Like that Titans defensive line is no slouch. Like they only let up 130 offensive yards and no offensive touchdowns last week. So I don't think that game is necessarily a pushover. And for and for you guys' defense, I do think your linebackers are a little suspect covering running backs and tight ends. I do think CJ Mosley is a little slower. Michael Carter, hopefully he's all good. I think I did see him walking off the field with an injury. Hopefully that's all good. I don't know if you guys have an update on that. Um, but I think if teams are going to attack your linebackers with their running backs, like you play some good running backs coming up. Like Ramondre Stevenson from the Patriots, he's no slouch. You got Pollard and Spears next week. Like Salah's gonna have to put on his defensive coordinator, defensive head coach cap, and make some changes for your defense because you guys have the talent. Like yeah, Mosley is up there in age, but it's Williams right? Like he's good. Like you guys have the talent back there. He just needs to put them in a better position so that they can make plays. And get back to what made the Jets really good before you guys had Aaron Rodgers, which was a tough defense. Uh, I don't. I think you guys will get better. I don't really see you guys going the whole season with teams just bullying you in the trenches. And yeah, bro, like I don't know, man. That's it. Like I just think that Solid has to step up, bro. That's my takeaway.
Yeah, with week one and James, like there are reinforcements. Like Fotu was hurt in that game. He was kind of going to be the Al Woods replacement. We don't know yet what to expect out of him. Um, and obviously Hassan Reddick. But I would just say, and I understand the focus on, okay, well, elite running backs. Listen, not every team can run the ball like the Niners do. Like the motion, the combo blocks, like the run fits were excellent in the interior. I was seeing like tremendous holes to run through. I don't care who would have been back there. Like and not all teams can do that.
No,
So
and that's fair, but
I don't want to overreact.
I do think the Titans will be. I think Pollard and Spears are good out of the backfield as receiving backs. They do have that speed where if you do get a one-on-one matchup, say with a CJ Mosley, I don't think CJ Mosley can cover it. Like if let's say Pollard goes out on a swing route or a wheel route out of the backfield, and your linebacker is supposed to cover him on that assignment, I just don't know if he can keep up and make a play on the ball. And a lot of times those swing routes are easy or those wheel routes are easy 10 to 15 yards. So that would just be my concern, not just necessarily the run defense, but the linebackers covering the backs out of the backfield. So
I hear what you're saying.
that's why I kind of said Solid needs to put on his defensive coordinator hat and like step up, bro. Like you have the talent there, right? You have the QB. Your defense you need to do better on your defense, right?
Yes,
So yeah, I'll let Slip go.
I agree. If you're a Bills fan and you're not following Let James Cook, he hosts great spaces. So give him a follow. Slip, go ahead. Good morning.
Yeah, that's my guy. What's up, Cook? What's going on, Mark, Petey, June? I see Terrence in there.
Slip, slip.
Joe, like, even mathematically, what I saw as just a former offensive coordinator, successful program, and quarterback coach. I'm going to tell you, when you go in to call a game, and you only have to call about 15% of your playbook because you can't stop what we call. It's just going to be a tough night. I don't really care about who the players are when I talk about schematics, right? Um, you're when my of what they're getting them
June,
to
mute.
get their left shoulder to the defensive line's left shoulder first in east to west movement, the zone works. That was possibly one of the most vanilla games that I've seen Shanahan call, and I break his film down because he's one of my favorite coordinators going back to the Gibbs era of zone because I think everybody wants to run zone. Um, if you can't stop that, and Mark, you said run lanes, it's quite possibly going to be a very long next couple of weeks. The Patriots did well in the zone run against at stretches against the Bengals. You have a better defense than the Bengals. Thing number two is it doesn't matter who the running back is when they're able to This was a great play. First play of the game, you get you get slip zone. All right, straight, just you're zoning left, you slip action right, and I don't see William. Where is Quinnen Williams? Um, he had a really. I have to go back, and I can't wait till to watch the 22. He had a tough day. Your backer, if you're either going to be fast flow or you have no choice actually in the zone to be fast flow. What are you going to do? Spill it to the outside? Um, if Salah had just didn't have his defense, I like what Cook said. He didn't have his defensive cap on. He's been in that building. He's had to stop the zone in practice. He's the one coach I think that should be able to understand if you're getting your tail whooped, at the very least, you have to fall in the gap. That's just old zone principle defense. Like you can't have gaps like that. You cannot have they're been able to run east to west like that. And I told 49er fans, and they'll tell you this too. I said teams that can stop that zone mid high, inside and outside are the teams that can compete against the 49ers. A la the Chiefs. We're built that way. That's why the Chiefs, when we're playing a power scheme, we struggle a bit because we're a little bit too fast east to west, and teams take advantage of that with power and trap or GT pull. But if you can't stop the zone, nothing else matters. I counted two plays that I like from the 49ers that actually got me to thinking, okay, they're in their bag. They're going to be in their bag this year. One is um, a play action GT pull left, and then Purdy drops back and he just hits a dig across the middle. I was like, I love that. But that's really it. Uh, on offense, I don't hate it on offense, but at the same time, Hackett. There's just one thing that I always like to say when it comes to play action teams: be play action. It's just a little bit, or let it go. Like it seems to me that it's the same old Hackett with Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers has to save him. There's three plays, and I can't wait to post them, where Aaron Rodgers gets to the line, he stops, he checks, and then he checks again. It's very rare that you're going to see your quarterback check into a look and then check into another look. Some of you said that he was going to be a coordinator on the field. Okay, now I believe you. He shouldn't have to do that. He should be getting out there in rhythm. Like I got to be honest with you. I think it's a coaching issue. I do not think it's a player personnel issue. Obviously, everybody in the world can use another athlete out there to make a play. Garrett Wilson is promising. He obviously at some point you've got to go to another person. And I don't understand the Braylon Allen. If you were going to be punch them in the mouth type of football, then you need to be a two back approach and have an identity. There it is. That word, the word that we all talk about, identity. If I'm a Jets fan, am I going to punch them in the mouth, or am I going to play a finesse game? Because one of my touchdowns came on a broken play with one of the best throws that I've ever seen a quarterback throw. To understand this, Aaron Rodgers threw his patented seam ball where a safety is biting down underneath and it goes right over the defender's head. I would be happy about
Oh, the
that
throw to
because there's
Lazard
like,
slip,
yeah, yeah, that was a laser.
slip. That's a the
That was
slip.
a two
That's a
plus
40-year
laser.
old man throwing that too.
That was the that he did. He threw that. The euphemism of you get on the bike. You don't ever forget how to ride a bicycle. I can't remember what it is, but that's it. Yeah, he just did it. The last thing is that Salah can't count the box, man. Look, if you're struggling against the zone, just load it, bro. You cannot make an adjustment at second half. You must make them throw the ball. If I would never go into a game against Shanahan and say, okay, I'm gonna defend the whole field. Fuck that. You will pass the ball against my team. You're not going to have light boxes. CMC didn't play last night, but he didn't need to play because you were -1 in a box count. Too high most of the first half. So I gotta be honest, like, not I can't wait for y'all to break your film down. Obviously, I'm going to take my guys. We do this. We drink beer. We break down film with my coaches. I'm the director at my school here in Arizona. And I let the defense pick one. And my defensive coordinator called me last night and said he's actually a Jets fan. He's from Neptune, New Jersey. And he said, we're not understanding schematically what we need to do against this team. Now we're high school coaches, and I'm an athletic director in high school, so I'm not look. They make millions, I do not, but at the very least, my kids and me myself, I can count. So I definitely think you have a defensive issue. That's it, Petey. You're not going to play the 49ers again. The same thing I told the Ravens. You're not playing the Chiefs again. You would hope that they get it together week 2 and week 3. But Mark, Petey, if you were offensive coordinators, what would you do to
Run
the
the ball.
Jets next week after you see the
Run the
film?
ball.
What would you
Run the
do?
ball.
So yeah, I think there's an issue. I told you before, Petey, if your defense could play like last year, then I was like, okay, you can weather some of the storm. Aaron Rodgers can do some things. I think you'll be minus a weapon. I did not anticipate a counting issue. So shout out to y'all. You're moving on to next week. You should be able to wash this down. Old coaches know this film doesn't even look great. I would throw this in the trash, act like this game never happened, and moved on to
Yeah,
next week.
that's
Have a
slip.
good
I
morning.
said it this morning, but it's irrelevant. The Jets lost, and this is guys. This is not a comparison. I'm just saying they lost 45-3 on Monday Night Football to the Patriots back in 2010. Just fucking bury the ball. The game's over. Move on. It's week one. Bury the
Absolutely.
ball and move on.
Can I say something here too? And Slip, thanks for coming in and sharing what you know. My concern when it comes to the defense, and we threw a lot of stones at Sala, and I don't know, maybe it's him standing in front of Jeff Ulbrich. Is Ulbrich, you had weeks to prepare for this matchup. Like, what are you doing? Like, you had weeks to understand what they were going to do up front. Like, you understand the scheme, and you have Salah, who is he's a disciple of that scheme. Like, he understands what the hell they're doing. So, what are you doing? And as far as Rodgers goes, one of the rare bright lights of the thing is that Rodgers is fine. Rodgers is not the reason why the Jets lost that football game. If you can get run all over and have, what was it, time of possession 2-1, and you can just run the ball, which means you protect the ball so you're not thrown into the teeth of the Jets defense, like, I'm sorry, you're going to win. You're going to keep the Jet offense off the field. You're going to keep them out of rhythm. Like, that's championship caliber football. That's excellent strategy for nullifying most offenses in the league. Like, it's solid work. It's solid work for the Niners. But the Jets, Ulbrich, I've had my issues with Ulbrich. We got folks saying, oh, he's a head coaching candidate. He's great. Sorry. Show me. Show me what the hell you're doing to deal with this. Show me your adjustments. Show me you're lining people up to be in the right spot. What the fuck's going on here? Now, it's only week one. I'm not, and look, I'm sorry. The Titans are not the Niners. Okay? So it's a different game. But if you're getting gashed in the run game against Tennessee, and then New England, with their situation, they're going to want to run the football and play great defense. That's going to be their formula all year long while they're breaking into rookie eventually, right? All right. Well, you got two tests. Let's see if you can adjust and fix this. Sorry, I talked a lot. What is it, Hexkin? We haven't heard from you yet. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, my brothers. Good morning, my brothers. Okay. Yeah. Swiss cheese D. That's what was reminiscing all throughout the night. Swiss cheese D.
Is he
Right.
talking?
That and
Yeah,
and
he's talking.
and number
Drop and come back.
two
We'll bring
is
in.
Yeah, I'll drop you. I'll drop so you
and
can
and
get
and
some
and,
other
and
guys
number
to chime
two
in.
is exposed. That defensive line was exposed. Do you know that we had 3 sacks? Do you know that two of them was from, one of them was from the safety and one of them was from our corner? What happened to our defensive line? Reddick's agent is a fucking idiot. What the fuck is that guy doing? That guy is the dumbest guy in the world. Nobody in the world knows what that agent is doing. Yeah, that fucking agent knows what the fuck he's doing because he saw that fucking defensive line do nothing yesterday. Absolutely nothing yesterday. We lost the game in the be right before the half. We still had a chance. 16-13. We score 7-3. Remember, everything's like, oh my God. When we have the lead, this number 3 defense, when we have the lead, oh my God, what we're gonna do with that freaking QB? Nothing. We did absolutely nothing with that QB. Okay, so we get 7-3. Then they come back with a field goal, 4-minute drive, field goal. Boom. Okay, we're still up. We're doing good. Boom, 3 and out. 2 plays was passing play, so I didn't mind. All right, 3 and out punt. Okay, we can't win them more. They come back and they long ass drive. They score their touchdown. Then okay, but we're still in the 13-7 second quarter, right before the half. Let's go. This is our time. Run 2 yards, run 3 yards, pass incomplete. punt. That screwed us right there. That right there was like what run, pass. What? What? No, that's when we have to score. We have to tie the game. We have to do something right then and there to let them know we're still here. We're still here. No, punt. That right there, that, and then they run down the clock, they kick a field goal, boom, now they up 16-7, whatever. Then in the third quarter, okay, we going to halftime adjustments, fellas. Halftime adjustments, fellas. Let's
All
go.
right,
We're gonna do this.
Hexican,
We're gonna do this. We're
Hexican.
gonna do that. No, let me cook. Let me cook. We do
Yes,
this. We do
but
that.
we got to
Yeah, the
make
third quarter
adjustments to the
comes. The
space.
third quarter comes. The third quarter comes, and they freaking. The third quarter comes, and what happens in the third
This
quarter, bro?
guy needs
11
oxygen.
Did the third
fucking
quarter come?
play drive, bro. 11 play drive, bro. Swiss cheese D, bro. And you know what? It wasn't even the run game only. Because Purdy was chopping them up. He was chopping them up for 6. He was chopping them up for 4. And the announcer, you heard the announcer, he said, man, look, hey, Kursak, man, if he could just fucking roll out, bro. If he could just roll out, man, they would have a problem. You know what? He did it the other way. And they gave 30 yards over there. And then they ran it up the middle for 40 yards. Yo, this defense, this number 3 defense, what happened
That
to
you
our number
freaking
3
ran?
defense?
Texican, I understand. We're upset. All right? The Jets have flaws. One of my concerns during the pregame yesterday, the space, I said I'm concerned about the middle of the field and the wheel routes, and the Jets got burned on them. Use check, burn,
If I'm
freaking.
Reddick's agent, I want 2 years, $60 million. Give me 50 million guaranteed and shut the fuck up about
Oh,
it. All right? Don't say shit to me else. I don't want to fucking hear it. Your fucking offensive line had one fucking sack and it was Clemens at the end of the fucking game. Shut the fuck up about it. Pay me my goddamn money. Your fucking line is horrible. You fucking need me. Everybody needs me. Shut the fuck up about it and pay me my money.
It's like
Bro,
a 10 minute
bro,
at volume 12
this app
crash
is
out. That
free.
was incredible.
Just never forget that, bro. This app is free, guys. We don't have to pay for this. Like,
All right, I lost track.
I hope nobody recorded and is going to mock him later for his
I'm
passionate
seeing
rant.
double. Oh,
somewhere, somehow, somebody got a screen recording.
the space is recorded.
Mark,
Yes, yes, Petey.
I have to do this. Guys, let's hear from our buddy Fireman Ed.
This is Fireman Ed, and you're listening to Jets Commute. Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. Jet fans, let's rock MetLife Stadium this year. Jets, 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 Jets. Go Jets.
Back to regularly scheduled things. Sorry, guys. Jet fans, thumbs down on me for that. Thanks.
He
Appreciate
said
you
we'd be here
guys.
win or lose, and I
I
feel
know that's
like
like your mascot, bro.
Yep.
That's crazy.
that was the chant.
Thanks to Fireman Ed for that, just so you know. All right.
That's cool. You got him to do that, bro. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's
Snoog.
cool.
Yeah, Snoogans. You know what? Thank you. Thanks for the compliment. You figured
Yeah,
some of the
I think that's kind of. I mean, I've taken a picture once of sourdough Sam. I thought that was cool. So I mean, whatever, bro.
All right. There's
I swear, we saw Brock Purdy taking a shit back there. He was taking a shit, reading the newspaper,
All right,
and then he threw it
Hexkin.
in the middle, and it was wide open. What happened to that defense? We needed to stop, especially in the
Oh,
third quarter. You come in, they come in, you stop them in the third
Mark.
quarter.
Do it.
It's 16 to
all
7.
right.
We got to
We
move on, Mark.
I'll
That
do it.
was
I think here's what happened. So he went on a 10-minute crash. I just want to recap. He went on like a 10 to 15-minute crash out. Okay.
that wasn't
And
that
then
long.
you played Fireman Ed, and Hexkin had a chance to go get a drink of water, take a breath, collect himself, and was ready for another crash out. That's what I heard. Incredible. Hexkin, you're incredible, dude. He was Brock Purdy was taking his shit, and then he hit Team over the top of the newspaper.
By the way,
Oh my
I
god.
want to shout out a buddy of mine in here, Mark Gunnels. What's up, Mark? Good to see you in here, man. I don't know who's next, but there's about 10, 15 minutes of the space left. There's 6 hands up. So
Yeah, who are
Should
we
be
hearing
me, sir.
from?
Who's that, sir? Office?
Yeah, office. Yes, sir.
Yo, how you
Good
doing?
morning, y'all. Doing great, man. It's beautiful weather this morning and excited. I didn't want to take too long, but I just wanted to share with you. You know, look, passion about football is fun. That's what's the best part of the football season, right? And for Jets guys, you guys are 14 plus months invested into Aaron Rodgers and what he's potentially capable of doing, right? I mean, that's a long time to wait to get the man actually on the field and working, his Hall of Fame game. But I guess just on the other side of that is, the Jets looked like a week one football team. You got to remember, the 49ers are already, even with minus the little bit of injuries that they'll get back, they're ready for week 18. You know what I mean? So comparing apples and oranges on this particular week one game is just going to be like sticking nails in your ears a little bit. You know what I mean? Because they're really ready for the playoffs. You guys are really ready to get last year's excitement off the ground a year later and running. Teams like the Dolphins are going to think they can hang a 50 burger on you. And to be honest with you, you can't blame the stronger teams for feeling that way. But by week 6, by week 8, I think y'all will be really rallying with excitement and saying, you know what, we're here. This is finally coming to fruition. Let's roll. But remember, y'all are really, really, truly a week one team trying to get a season going. You know, let me share.
Yo,
Best of
yo,
luck to
fellas,
y'all.
yo, fellas, yo,
Yeah,
fellas. You know, they ran 70 plays on us, right, Petey? They ran
yes,
70 plays on us.
Hexagon.
Hey, you know that
Wait. But
minus the
Hexagon,
minus the
I
12
need
play
other
drive.
people. I need other people to run their takes though, because they're waiting,
I
brother.
got you, but you know that minus the 12 play drive at the end, that Taylor played, that that you actually only saw Rogers for like 30 fucking 5 plays. Like, yes,
Yeah.
we want him on the fucking
Let me
field,
get.
but we can't get him on the field because our fucking defense
All
can't
right,
fucking.
Hexagon.
They couldn't stop
Steve,
a
you in there?
cold.
Joe, go ahead from Atlanta.
Joe, hello.
Guys,
You
please
muted.
speed these up because I'm closing soon. This has been, jeez, man.
Week one
Joe, go
meltdowns,
ahead,
man.
Joe.
It's the best. Best
Hello,
kind of
Joe.
meltdowns.
Joe dropped. Uh,
Oh,
let's see.
have
Terrence
we
and
heard from
then
Chatter?
Vince.
Okay.
Let's get Terrence is at work. Let me get to him.
All right. Good, Terrence.
That's okay. I'm sure a lot of people are working right now. It's okay. But I just wanted to reiterate what I said earlier. Number one, that in my opinion, on the coaching staff, they did not get this team ready to play yet last night. And what I mean by that is perhaps none of the starters played any preseason games. And it has been known for the whole Salah tenure that his practices are light, and the players have even in secret polling, supposedly, I think from a year ago, they said that like that when they asked the Players Association about it, that they're ranked like in terms of this, they're ranked kind of low in terms of like basically how hard the practices are. Now, maybe that's the way the game is now compared to what it was 30, 40 years ago. But to me, this team wasn't mentally ready to take on this team, which is, as somebody already said earlier, a top three team. Secondly, I just want to dispel this notion. I mean, I got my boy Tyleek was arguing with me earlier today. He posted the screenshot of the Jets being ranked third in total defense. Guess who's number four? It was the Carolina Panthers. So somebody needs to give me more data in terms of a reflection on victories or team success if the third and fourth rated defenses were 7 and 10 and 2 and 15 or whatever they were. So I think this team is going to get tougher. Remember 2 3 years ago when Williams got into the fight with White Cotton, and it seemed to jumpstart the whole defense. It took a couple of weeks. I think that's what's going to happen here. But again, we just played a talented team on both sides of the ball. We just don't have the horse.
Terrence, I think the Verb's point from earlier, I don't know if you heard it, the fact that the Jets played no starters in week one, and also this is their first time in live contact, right? Because none of the defense really played, and it looked like it. If you look at, I'm not just talking about the run
Yeah,
fits, but the
exactly.
tackling. Like this is
Right.
some of the worst tackling I've seen the Jets do.
Agreed.
And I'm not even
And
hold on. I'm not even just
that
talking the
can be
second.
improved.
It can be improved, and that's good. Like that's a good sign. And I'm not, but
Right.
I'm not even talking about the second half when they were gassed. After like even in the first half, I was like, "Where's the tackling? Like what's going on here?"
Exactly.
And that's
Yeah.
they'll get better.
And that's a
They'll get better.
reflection on the coaching staff because we know we have talented players. But the other thing I wanted to say is again, Rodgers to me looks like, he had some rust, but he looked good. And that's what we were hoping for, for what now? For a year and a half. We were hoping for that type of quarterback play. And he'll get better too. But the thing to me is that, like I said earlier, the Brees Hall fumble, not being able to get like a 3rd and 2, like these are things that have happened last year when Zach Wilson was the quarterback, and they seem to be happening again. Garrett Wilson, great, 17 games, you can get to 1,000 yards pretty easily. But to become an elite wide receiver, you got to get both feet down, and Rodgers can get them better, but there needs to be a coaching staff on the sidelines getting to these guys. And I say that to Garrett Wilson because I remember 2 years ago when he was gyrating on the sidelines, complaining about Zach Wilson when he was screwing up. So I hold him to a higher standard for things like that. These guys got to be mentally tough. I hope the coaching staff gets it through to them because Rodgers can't do it alone because he's really him and maybe Smith on the offensive line are the only ones that really have leadership ability and know what it's like to go through to basically have a winning team and do some damage in the playoffs. And but it can't be just them. Maybe on the field it can, but the coaching staff has to do something during the week also. So those are my thoughts. And again, I think let's move on, and I think this team is going to be better as the season goes on. It'll be more mentally tough. Those lazy mistakes about tackling will be improved upon. And I definitely think this will be a better team going down the road, provided we evade injuries. Thank you.
Let's get
Vince, go
Chatter,
ahead.
Vince, good
Yep.
Pete.
Oh God, I feel like I need a vent session, man. I didn't even really talk. Go ahead,
Hey,
Vince.
good morning, guys. I'll be quick. Um, so here's the thing that I think we've all been harped in on the run defense, and I understand that, and rightfully so. But here's the thing that I think that bothered me the most last night was actually the pass defense, and I understand that they're in tough spots once it's 3rd and short and whatnot, but um, after the first, the first drive where they couldn't convert, we let them score 8 straight times, and that wasn't all because of the run defense. And the problem that I had about the pass defense is, first of all, when they were in man, nobody could cover. Michael Carter had a terrible game. Ashton Davis was god awful. Tony Adams let up a big play. DJ Reed got burned back to back. I think it was Jennings and Ayuk. And Michael Carter really got beat for that touchdown in the end zone that Ayuk dropped. So first and foremost, outside of Sauce Gardner, I really don't want to hear anybody say anything about Sauce Gardner. I know he has, weaknesses tackling and whatever happened with the knocked out of breath, but he let up 0 receptions on 2 targets last night. He was the only he was the only coverage guy that had a clue what was happening out there when they were in zone. I know it was the 1st and 19. They converted a zone with nobody there. Pass defense was absolutely terrible, and I know it has a lot, and I know it has a lot to do with it because we weren't getting pressure as well. But the biggest problem that I have is that, and I think this is the one thing that I think you can fix the run defense. I think you can get Lakey Fotu back. I think you can keep keep Williams inside and not put a 230-pound defensive end inside. I think there's adjustments there. The problem with the pass defense is that the Jets historically have refused to put their one on the other team's one. Ashton Davis is our third string safety under zero circumstances should he be covering Debo Samuel, and he did it multiple times and got beat last night. Brandon Ayuk should not be covered by Tony Adams, one of our safeties. And if you would have just blanketed Sauce Gardner with Debo and DJ Reed with Brandon Ayuk, and I have issues with DJ Reed. I think DJ Reed has lost a massive step. But if you would have just blanketed our best two with their best two, I think our pass coverage would have been better. It would have forced them to get the ball to Jennings and who played well. But it's the inability of the Jets to change. It's that defense, and I don't know. It's the stubbornness of Ulbrich and Salah to change what they do. And maybe it wasn't as prevalent last night because San Francisco had a lot of guys that made plays. But wait until there's one guy specifically killing you, like it happened last year when CeeDee Lamb killed us against Dallas. When there is a number one consistently killing you, and Sauce Gardner is not on him, then it's going to blow up right in our face.
Yeah, yo, but they did kind of switch it up yesterday, right? With all due respect, they went from just the four rushers because they couldn't do nothing. They switched it up in the second half. They put five rushers, and that's why they started playing more man to man with the safeties and everything because the line couldn't get no
The only
pressure.
thing
They
that they
couldn't do
but
nothing. The
the only thing that
line,
they the
it's
only thing
the
that they
line, bro.
yeah, but
It's
the
the
only thing that they
line. It
did.
starts with the if you can't get pressure in this system with
Kicker. I
four,
mean,
then we're done.
not
The
kicker.
only thing that they
Kicker's in
really did
here.
though,
No,
the only thing
let
that they did
Vince. We
was
got
they
to move on after this. All right, just
yeah,
explain
yeah.
that
The
to
only thing that they
Hexagon.
really did was move Quincy Williams up, and he helped on the line. That's the only thing really is. But even so, even if you got five guys at the line, you still need Michael Carter to cover. You still need Ashton Davis to cover, Tony Adams to cover. That doesn't make any type of difference of not putting your best two players on their best two wide receivers.
I just want to chime in really quickly. I put a play in the jumbotron, and then when to kind of go Coleman's point, um, so that philosophy wouldn't have worked, um, and Kyle would have just, as he did many times in the game, motion a guy so you don't have that corner on him anymore. And then as soon as you show you're playing man, then Kyle knows you're playing man, so now he's going to call a certain type of play the next time. And then, now you're going to switch from man because now Kyle knows you're playing man. Now you're going to go back to zone, and now you're back to where you were 2 plays ago. It's not going to work. This is why they're so difficult to cover. Slip was saying it earlier. There's certain defenses that do it, guys, and a defense that Kyle coaches every single day in practice, the backbone. It's not how that's going to work.
Sorry.
So yeah, you can't just scheme to have two guys follow our receivers like that. It doesn't work. Brian Baldy does a
Well,
great job.
it might not work against the 49ers, but watching the Jets last year, they keep Sauce and they would keep the DJ Reed on sides of the field, and they get burned time and time again all of last year for doing that.
That's but yeah, these teams that are using the motion, which is starting to happen more and more in the NFL, that's if they're doing it right, that philosophy is not going to work.
Yep. All right. We haven't heard from Chatter and Giambi and Bill. Let me just get the chatter. I gotta close soon, guys. What's up?
Got you. What up, Petey? What up, Mark? What up, James?
What up? You're low, man. Switch.
What caught me off was what surprised me was still the most was the lack of a second receiving threat in the Jets, and that kind of surprised me a little bit because if you look at it, I'm like, okay, six straight scoring drives they gave up. San Fran only had 26 points, so I'm like, if the Jets just to match their energy, the Jets would still be in the game regardless. Complimentary football. When you have a top defense and you're facing another top team, you can't expect to go out and shut them down like you do the mediocre to below of a team. You just got to match their energy. So six straight possessions, 26 points. I thought offensively, if the Jets were able to match their energy a little bit, you still would have been in the game. That's probably what surprised me the most about the game. The Jets just don't have a second receiving threat, at least last night, that could hurt the 49ers, even though they were just taking three. Probably what shocked me the most about the game.
All right. You came in all chopped up.
I caught his point. He's right. You got to match. I mean, his point is good.
Giambi, go ahead, and then Bill. Are you still? Are you at the airport? Did you leave? Hello? Did we lose everybody?
I'm still here.
Oh,
I'm
chat.
still here.
Giambi,
What? Oh,
Oh,
no, listen,
your
you
hands
know
up.
what? No, nothing. You know what? Listen, you guys have a YouTube recorded space, but you say something to people that they don't like, and they call you
oh
horrible names,
man.
and then we
But
have to
but
talk
the,
about
but it
no
wasn't
personal
in
shots.
here. No, no, no. It wasn't in here. That was in a
Doesn't
different
fucking matter.
space.
The guy
Yes,
calls
it
people
does matter,
racist and all this
Giambi.
shit.
It
No.
does matter. It does
All right,
matter.
I'll handle it. If you've got personal, whatever, we try to shut it down best we can, but please message people privately. If you have a problem with it, start your own room. I'm sick of it. We're not here to clean up other people's personal beef. We're here to talk about the football teams that played last night. If we can't distinguish, then create a bash space. Just do that. Save us the trouble. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but when it's
All
for
right.
you, Mark, it's okay. Fuck off.
No, it's not about. See, this is what
Oh,
I mean,
okay. All right.
Giambi. You know what I'm saying? Like you do this, right? But if I go into your space and do that, and I, whatever.
It's embarrassing. I'll leave it alone. Good, Bill.
Hey guys, how you doing? I just wanted to thank you, Petey, for
Bill, no
yeah,
problem. I hope you're well, man. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Your floor is yours. I know you've been through a rough time recently.
yeah, and I appreciate all the support from you and other couple of other space hosts. I really appreciate it. Vince stole most of my thunder, but I'm with you, Petey. I'm out on not out on the team, but it's a prove it to me, and I'm out on this staff right now until they prove it to me. Um, the adjustments are just not there. If their scheme doesn't work, they make no adjustments. Like they're not getting to the quarterback as we all saw. Why not go man and blitz? Why don't we bring six guys? Force them to throw the ball, load the box, like someone said before. There's just no adjustments on this team. That they got totally outcoached. And a great point before about how Sala was there for how many years, practiced against this offense for how many years, and it seems like he never saw this offense before. It was just, I don't know. I mean, offensively, I was impressed with the pass protection. And as far as, yes, he went to Wilson and Hall was featured way too much, too heavy. But I think it was just because the circumstance of the game. They had 50% less snaps than the 49ers. And I think Rodgers was just going for his he was just going for his guns, man. And, he was just trying to get back in the game. His arm is still there of a 22-year-old. Mobility, probably not. But the positive was the pass protection against a very good front
Bill,
four.
that's
And
Bill. That was
this
my positive.
yeah,
The pass protection was. I'm not going to say incredible, but I was impressed. Okay, that to me, you
yes,
have to take a positive out of a loss. Everything. Some
yes.
people played well. Okay, not everybody. Most of the people didn't. But the offensive line pass protection, in my eyes, was probably the better part of who played well as a unit. Do you agree?
I do. I agree. And getting back to the defense, like I feel that like just like some crazy head scratching person. First of all, like bench the kid from Miami, the UFA that impressed in the exhibition season, benching him when he could have been a load in the middle there against the run was a head scratcher. Then you got Will McDonald playing inside. Yeah, he did it in college, but this is not college. This is not Iowa State. And putting Quinnen on the edge, yeah, it worked for one or two plays, but he's an all pro in the middle for a reason. JJ was invisible last night. I got to say it. He was invisible. And it's concerning. It really is. And Hassan Reddick's got to be smiling ear to ear right now. But listen, this week's going to be a big test. They have to bounce back this week. They got to show us they're the team who we think they could be, and we'll go from there, man. But you guys have a good week, Petey. Thanks again for everything and the support you gave me.
You got it.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Mark.
Uh, guys, I got to close the space in a minute. Tony, I know you came up here. What's up? Shout out to Tony. He's a big Nick fan. Joe, I know you got to speak. Lee Sean is in here. Guys, I have to close any minute. Joe, make your point.
All right, okay. Now I'll make this quick. On last night's game, you're right, PD. We do got to look at a lot of positives. Me being very optimistic about the team. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Was I disappointed? Absolutely. But there was a lot of great things that I did see. I did see that we was able to allow 2 touchdowns. I definitely see that offensive line looks way better than last year. 1 sack, that's a flex. Because last year it wasn't that. Um, I seen a couple of good plays from Jermaine Johnson as well. A couple of good run stops. It wasn't what we expected to see, but a lot of times, also a disappointing thing is the less usage of Braylon Allen. I was expecting to see him play a lot. Didn't see that. Um, it was. Let's see what else. I'm trying to go through all my points. Let's see. Defense, we played way too much zone, way too much zone, and like not enough man because there was a lot of out routes, a lot of that was definitely killing us on, especially that one that went right above Quincy Williams' head. That kind of really pissed me off. But as far as like the rest of the season, hey man, it's only up from here. We played last year's like there was this we played a Super Bowl contending team, so I'm not totally disappointed about it, but it's something we can build from. Like we could sit here and crash out and say it's over and this that third so on and so forth. It's only week one. It's only week one. Like the Giants got booed out week one back in the day, and they end up going to Super Bowl. Patriots 2015 Patriots got blown out, and they end up going to Super Bowl. It's only week one.
The the Chiefs lost last year when they ended up being the Super Bowl champs. Like
Know what I'm saying?
that,
Like we not. I'm not
it's
tripping on
crazy.
that. I seen the interviews afterwards, and everybody said, "Hey man, we can build from here. See something we could build." It's on the week one. Like man, we ain't worried. Like we'll take go ahead. Go back to our corner, get ourselves together, look at the film, and we got the Titans next Sunday. So I mean, I'm not gonna give up the season. Like come on, like.
All
But we
right,
go
guys.
ahead and get one
Joe,
less celebration.
I gotta close, guys. June, Mark, thanks. Bill, shout out to the listeners. It's let's get heal up today and on to the next one, as Jay-Z would say.
And in the words of my Hall of Fame quarterback, relax. It's 1 week.
Guys, have a great day.
Thanks, everybody.
You too, Pete.